Child. You see, because I ain't even ready yet. But they talking about, you know, we just got to do this for hours and hours and hours, you see, to get the money on. So, it is what it is, child. I had to click the damn live. Y'all click what I need y'all to click. The damn like. It is what it is. Hit the damn like button. It's your girl Shay Renee, and I'm back. Mm, mm. I said shout out to that. I'm back. I'm in the building. Hold on. I said, hold on. Like your dog said, hold up. Let me put a little makeup on. You see? I ain't been putting no makeup on, y'all. I sure haven't. Okay. Shout out to that. Like the song said, I'm in the building and I'm feeling myself. Hey! So I guess I've been feeling myself. Like Jeezy said. I said, I ain't been putting on makeup on. And like Jeezy said, and I love it. Yeah, I love it. We got hundreds on the table and 20s on the floor. I love it. Yeah. And I love it. Child, listen. I need, like that lady said on Tyler Perry play. I need. Period. Child, I need a whole lot. You see? Yeah. Like DJ Kelly said, God did. I know God did. God did. You see? Child, yes. Let me get ready for this live. Child, I said I gotta get ready for my live. Because it's about to get live. Y'all know one thing about it? Messing with me, it's about to get live. So shout out to that. I said shout out to that. I'm in the building, baby. I'm in the building, baby. What's up, baby? Baby. Hold on. Where my blush brush go? Did I leave it with y'all? Nope. Hold on. Oh. I know one thing. I'm starting to get hot. I'm starting to get hot. Child, listen. YouTube. Shout out to YouTube, baby. Shout out to YouTube, baby. Let me tell you something. YouTube, child, they be wanting us to be streamers. You see? They say, oh, you little dreamers. All you little dreamers. We gonna turn y'all into streamers. You see? So shout out to that. I said just shout out to that, y'all. Listen, when I tell y'all, I am not ready today. But hit the damn like. You see? Shout out to that because we going to get into some things. Hey. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. I have to look at the time. Because listen, these days, all the hours and hours and hours, like Mooney Long said, they just running. They go, yeah. They all running together, at least for me. Does it feel like that for everybody else? Now, y'all know I'm a content creator, okay? So, you know, my schedule look a little different from yours. You see, yeah, I just for folks who be working. Yeah, I know a lot of people on YouTube. They be chilly. You see, yeah, like me. A lot of them content creators too. So shout out to them. But like, listen, all the days just been running together. Everything is just, y'all know what? It's just like I would say a blur. You know, I was going to reference something else, but I don't want to because y'all know what's going on in Texas right now, right? Yeah, with the floods. OMG. Oh, y'all, Poopa stars. Prayers up, prayers and condolences for everybody going through down here in Texas. Okay, it's not like oh my God. You see, just oh my God. Like it's a lot, y'all. Prayers up, cause it's a lot going on down here in Texas. Okay, and whew, uh, it's Mother Nature, it's Mother Nature. And nobody really never knows what to do in Mother Nature, right? With Mother Nature. No, Mother Nature just causes disasters, okay? It just is what it is. Disasters that, people got to come behind and clean up. But at the end of the day, it's really like nothing nobody can do. I started thinking earlier because I always do that. I always do that. And I'm like, well, dang it. I hope this isn't like victim blaming because that I would never, ever, ever want to do that, especially in a situation like this. But I just started thinking to myself and I was like, I'm like, that's exactly why I never let my kids go nowhere. You see, like, it's the truth. It's the truth. Like, big on, I'm just not big on that. You know what I'm saying, y'all? I'm not big on that. I'm not letting my babies go to really nowhere. It just is what it is. Nowhere. They don't be going nowhere. Um, And again, prayers for everybody in Texas because that was a natural disaster, right, you guys? Hello, y'all see where my makeup go? Ha! Y'all can't even see where my makeup go, right? Mm-mm, mm-mm. Because I be trying to have my closet organized. Hold on, y'all. Like Nene, Nene. I need to come through, Nene. Like her said, I need to come through. I need to come through on that show, Nene. Yes, I do, girl. Yes, I do, girl. Shout out to that. Shout out to that. Girl, you need to get me on that show, Nene Leaks. Period. Now, speaking of Nene Leaks, shout out, y'all. What was Nene hiding in that closet, child? What she didn't want them to see in that closet? I said, but nah, I get it. I get it, because I be like, yeah, see, I be trying to control, what y'all see in my closet. Yeah. So it is what it is. I get it 100%. You see, like my clothes right there. I hate when my clothes show right there. I'm just not big on that. So shout out to that. But anyway, let me see something real quick. Without knocking y'all over. Yeah. Oh, what it is, huh? Oh my God. So yes, y'all, we getting into the tea today. Y'all know what it is. It's politicking hour. I'm late. I'm late. But I don't want to hear it. You see, I don't want to hear it. You see. Like, what's his name? Not Smokey. I be finna call him Smokey all the time. His name is not Smokey. What's the man name? His name is Chris Rock. I love imitating. Why do I love imitating Chris Rock? When he played Pookie on New Jack City. Oh Lord, he said, "Oh, 1 and a 2 and a 3." You see, yeah, he was just on it. So anyway, y'all, oh, we get into some things today. We talking about Nicki Minaj. Child, why I had this song right for y'all. Oh, shut up today. I said for my audience. First I had on this, right? My little purple shirt. I like my little purple shirt. Like I wish it was gone with the buttons, but I'm cool with it. I just like my little purple shirt. It is what it is. I noticed with my clothes, I got favorites. Don't we all? I think we do, but I got a lot of favorite stuff. It just is what it is. And I be running it back a lot. I noticed that. But anyway, so I had this shirt on, right? I'm like, yeah. Giving them something they can feel. You see? Because I'm going to be here for a while. It just is what it is. And, I get hot. Baby, I get hot. I gotta get me a fan. Yeah, see, I gotta get me a fan. First of all, speaking of a fan, I be wondering if this little heater thing I got right here is a fan too. A mix with a fan. I need to find out. I don't think it is though, but I don't know why I be wondering. But anyway, so I had this on first, and I'm like, no, I kind of want to get him a different hat today. Let me come with a different hat today, right? So then I changed my clothes. And then I didn't like how I was looking. It just is what it is. I didn't like how I was looking. So here I am, child. Sign, seal, deliver, child. I'm yours. Yeah. So what we talking about? You see? Yeah. What we talking about today? Ooh. First things first. Let me tell y'all something. If you new here, let me tell y'all what we do here. We politic. It is what it is. That means we get together, we talk about the news, everything that's going on in the news. Okay, this is a news channel, mainly celebrity gossip. I don't talk about a whole lot of news. I don't, because I don't be trying to be up here crying. Yeah, it is what it is. I ain't got time for that, because I'm definitely like an emotional person, and I ain't trying to you see, have my chest hurting. Hurt, like McWorm said. So, shout out to that. Yeah. But I keep it real. I absolutely do. And we talk that talk. Period. So, anyway, what we talk about today? Y'all let me know what y'all want to talk about today. I know I'm talking about Nicki Minaj. Oh, my God, Nicki Minaj. Oh, I feel so sorry for Nicki Minaj. A lot. You see, most of the time, it just is what it is. Something always going on with Nicki. You see, it is what it is. Something always going on with Nicki. So when we talking about Nicki Minaj getting tossed out. Getting tossed out on the curb. You see, yeah, like trash. We gotta talk about that. And yeah, by Foxy Brown. It just is what it is. Foxy Brown, child. Imagine that. But anyway. Anyway, that's that. Child, she didn't toss Nicki out. Nicki is fried side and tossed to the side. Okay, as far as Foxy Brown goes. So we talk about that today. And then we're gonna talk about Cardi B. What's going on with Cardi B? Like, what is going on with Cardi B? Cardi B is, child, she like your girl Shay Renee. She just here, there, she everywhere. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on with her, But I could just see her somewhere laughing, like, yeah, because I don't want y'all to know. You see, I just don't want y'all to know. But I'm like, is she messing with Stefan still or not? What else we talking about today? Krishan Rock and Tia Kim. Ooh, they wanna argue. I mean, Tia Kim do anyway. you see, word on the curb is Krishan and got behind the scenes with it. Ooh, child, that's funny. Mm. That's funny. They saying Krishan, like, she told her, you just wait right there. Mm, mm. I'm coming for you. That's if you ask Tia Kim, that's what Krishan Rock said, okay? Regarding her and all of this, you know, who Pop John she been doing. You see? Yeah. Mm, yeah. Child, Tia Kim just been doing a whole lot of hooting and hollering. You know, really partially on the internet by herself. It just is what it is. And Krishan just politely, yeah, you see, politely just stepped behind the scenes and just used her little bit of power. You see, I say, okay, money in the power, money in the power. I ain't going, I got money in the power. You see, yeah, it just is what it is like that. Shout out to that. I mean, I said the young girl. Because, you know, a lot of people, we don't get into that. Let me get my handy dandy notes. Let me get my handy dandy notes, y'all. Hey, I said, let me get my handy dandy notes. Let me tell y'all something. YouTube, baby, YouTube want us on here for hours and hours and hours. You see, I said, now, hold on now. Now, damn. I thought I was a content creator. Oh yes, I did. YouTube said no, Miss Preston Curl, you got to be a streamer. To get in where you fit in around here, okay? It just is what it is. Anyway, shout out to that. Now, so we talking about Nicki Minaj today. We talk about Cardi B. What's going on with Cardi B? Ugh. Ugh. Anyway, what else is going on? Krishan and Tia, like I told y'all. And Coi Leray. Coi Leray. That's my girl. Coi Leray. Shout out to Coi Leray. Anyway, Texas. Prayers up for Texas, like I was telling y'all. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. These small towns and these small places is flooding, okay? So prayers up for them and their community. A lot of people have passed. A lot of people, okay? It started, they started talking about some teenagers that was allegedly at a camp, okay? And then the stories just kept progressing, okay? Very, 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 very sad time. You know, that people are dealing with. And I started thinking, I'm like, dang, man, I listen, what we gonna do? You see, like, what is we gonna do? I'm like, we should have things in place for stuff like this, but it's like, what? You know, um, it's like, what? But you know, that's not for me to decide and stuff like that. Like, of course, I can give my ideas and stuff like that. Speaking of, I was just thinking we need to get back to City Hall, City Council. Just you know, we need to get back together. And I feel like. And spreading information, which is another reason like why I like doing this. You know, it just is what it is. It's another reason why I like doing this. Now, yes, I love celebrity gossip, but again, when it comes to the news style, when it comes to the news, I feel like the news that y'all can use. Shout out to that. I just like keeping it all the way real with my audience. You know, period. Like I'm gonna shoot it straight up and through there. You see, so like I think that's important. Okay, I feel like that is extremely important because we listen when it get real, like Zero said, when it get gangsta, mm, the same thing. I don't need nobody lying to me. Okay, it just is what it is. So shout out to that. Um, but yes, y'all, I it's scary. It's just even scary. So like I said, prayers and condolences for everybody in Texas going through this tragic time, this crazy, 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 crazy time with the floods, the water, the natural. That's just, it's just so scary. Like I said, so scary and so sad, child. Ugh. But so that's that. And then I also wanted to take a little bit of time too, because I know I never spoke on it, to talk about, what happened in Chicago too. Like, I don't know a lot about what happened in Chicago. I don't. All I know is, people just picking up weapons, and just going doing the fool. You see, it just is what it is. I mean, the plum the fool with them. They just ain't the way to go no more. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's been tired, but like you see, like somebody, it just is what it is. Somebody need to get a hold of the community. That's just in my personal opinion. It just is what it is. But that's a whole nother day. Y'all see, y'all don't even have time for me to talk about that type of stuff. That is a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. Notice I got a show segment called Politic and Hour. Well, we politic. It just is what it is. Y'all get to know me. I get to know y'all. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that. I won't know what y'all thinking. I won't know what y'all feeling if y'all don't jump in my comments and let me know. So y'all gotta do that. Speaking of which, let me stop and read some of these comments. Good morning, y'all. Hey, good morning. Y'all so sweet. Um, but yeah, I just feel like we gotta get back to communicating with one another. But again, on this show, we got a politicking out. It just is what it is, and it's laid back. You see, it's more laid back than all my other show segments. Um, Child, and they all been running together. They kind of been running together. Cause like today we talking rap girls, kinda. We talking Nicki Minaj, Coi Leray, and Cardi B. That's down there a rap girl segment, you see. But shout out to all my poop stars who lock in with me for different reasons. Yeah, shout out to that. See, cause I do talk about a whole lot of. Speaking of which, I was supposed to talk about Diddy with y'all tonight. I forgot. It just is what it is. I forgot. You see, I guess we'll try to do that tomorrow. Or maybe later on. I don't know. Diddy got a whole lot going on. It's crazy. Uh anyway. Yeah, I got a politicking hour, but we don't necessarily talk politics because I don't play that. You see, it just is what it is. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that type of stuff like that. I don't like that type of stuff tainting my spirit. You see? Yeah, because I gotta walk around with this every day and yeah, shout out to that. It just is what it is. I don't, for the most part, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You see, like it just when it comes to politics, I feel two ways. Okay, two. Either I'm staying or I'm leaving. One of the two. It just is what it is. You see, I don't think too much past that. Okay. Yeah, shout out to that. Either I'm staying or I'm leaving. Yeah. So anyway, and speaking of leaving, child, I just was like this lady just recently popped up on my feed last night on Instagram. It's crazy. She was backpacking. Y'all know when they be doing that, going like I love that. Like I love that, love that, love that. See, I could see, my husband and I doing that later on. Like later on, possibly when the kids is grown. Although, I don't really see a problem with it happening, sooner than when the kids is grown. But yeah, that's just, I feel like a conversation that needs to be had. And then I'll take it a step further. That's after your girl, like, ha, you see, I get that coin, it's whatever. And that's what I like about like being an entrepreneur and moving overseas. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's crazy. This other man's stuff popped up on my feed too. And he was basically saying that he got deported. Now I don't know how true it is. Maybe he getting in where he fit in, but I don't know. I don't know. Um, but he was saying that he got deported. And like he was just showing how his life is back in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Now that he's back in Mexico. And like a lot of people's like, oh my God, apply to him and stuff like that. And the truth of the matter is that's good. That's really, really good. That like he still has, see, that's what you want. Like, for instance, let me tell you something. This is what I realized about a lot of people who travel and live abroad. And living abroad is outside of the country. When people do that, I feel like they live slightly better. They live slightly better than us, just to a certain degree. Like depending on who you ask. And damn it, today is me. It just is what it is. I think some of the things, I feel like a lot of some of the ways that they live better than us is their rent. Their rent is cheaper. Uh Not to mention they be in beautiful places. They live in beautiful places. You know what I'm saying? Like seaside. You see houses with pools. Just nice, nice stuff. Because believe it or not, like overseas it's just so different from how we live, right? Like overseas, truth be told, they don't want you to lift a damn finger. It seemed like you see, like for real, for real. Their stuff, like it be coming with housekeepers and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. So like yeah, it is what it is. Ultimately, I feel like when people figure it out over here, right? Which is what a lot of people do. Okay, that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people, believe it or not, they open up businesses over here and then they bounce, and I feel like they live a lot better than us. It just is what it is when they do that. And I take it a step further, like when you do something like that, you kind of own to something. It just is what it is. You know. And then I take it a step further. A lot of people. That's why a lot of people, landlords, be overseas and stuff like that. You know. Yes, child. Imagine that, yo. Your landlord collecting your rent every month faithfully. You see, probably somewhere living with like the backpack life. Because that's the only thing that I could say about living over abroad that doesn't seem that nice is they're always on the go. You gotta always constantly be on the go. So that to me, like, ugh, you know what I'm saying? Because I get attached to things, So them, that's not necessarily. I feel like they don't really get to accumulate too much of nothing. At least the ones that I seen. Now I'm sure it's some people that live totally different. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can buy a house overseas and have a barbecue pit and a refrigerator and your favorite clothes and your favorite outfit and your favorite stuff, you know what I'm saying? And come back to it whenever you feel like it, then that's a whole different ball game. You know what I'm saying? Now I feel like that's living right there. But I'm talking about these people who be backpacking and living abroad and stuff like that. For the most part, they just be on the go a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's the only I wouldn't say the only, but I will say that like that's the downside to it. You know what I'm saying? Like they country hop, if that makes sense. Like one day they'll wake up in such and such, right? And they'll be living in such and such, and they'll live there for like 6 months or maybe even a year. You know what I'm saying? And then after a year, the people is like, hey, your visa, like what you doing? Like you gotta go type stuff. So then they'll have to country hop. You know what I'm saying? So they'll go to the next place and live there for 6 months to a year, and then go back to where they was probably, or go somewhere else. Like that's the only thing. It seems like they are constantly traveling, constantly on the move. Now I don't like that. You see, I don't think I would like no stuff like that. But it just is what it is. When it comes to politicking, I don't care like that. You see, your girl Shay Renee, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. They be like Trump said it. I be like, mm-hmm. Yeah, see, because I don't care what Trump said. I don't. I don't care what Trump said. Elon. None of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, shout out to that, cause ain't none of them finna rattle my spirit. So it is what it is, child. Listening to them, you know what I feel like? Um, Listening to them is like watching a Rhymes with Avery movie. I don't watch that type of stuff. You see, I don't like that type of stuff. So it's like the same thing. I don't. It's like supposed to embark some type of something in me. Like every time I hear something about what Trump said, it's almost like he's trying to get a rise out of somebody. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You see, I don't. I just don't care about what Trump's talking about these days. It is what it is. I can't. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I can't. I'm on a mission. Okay? I'm on a mission to get me some money. It just is what it is. Trump already made his. Yeah. Shout out to that. I mean, it just is what it is. His little puff ball head, you see, he already rolling in dough. The money is already made. Okay? Like, I'm not gonna spend too much time on Trump. But I will say this though. Y'all know just recently, Trump was like really, really telling that woman how beautiful she was and stuff like that. I said, it remind me of when somebody said that mm, when somebody said that Trump liked something about Trump and Tamron Howell. Like I don't remember exactly, but I remember a long time ago. I remember a long time ago somebody spilled some tea to me, right? And they was basically saying something about Trump and Tamron Hall. It's just been so long ago. But ultimately, if I had to guess, or like, you know what I'm saying, what I remember, kind of remember, is it was either, this is just either the story. Either Trump liked Tamron, he liked her and was trying to talk to her, or he actually like got at her and kind of like dated her a little bit. It's one of the two. Okay, shout out to that. Just a little politic tea. Just a little politic tea. You see, during politic and all. But like, it just is what it is. So like, mm, allegedly. Okay, allegedly. But at the end of the day, I believe him. I believe him. Like he didn't have no reason to lie. He just, he just straight up said like, you know. And then like at the time, I didn't know who Tamron was. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know who that was. But like after he said it, I went and I figured out who she was. I found out who she was, and like, yeah, then it all started making sense. So it is what it is, child. Yes. Word on the curve. That's old. You see, that he dropped that thun when I was young. Child, we was at work just shooting the shit. And I don't know what made him, you know what I'm saying, say that. Because Trump wasn't nowhere even near presidency back then and stuff like that. So I don't think so. Like, Just is what it is. No reason to lie to all. But yeah, word on the garbage, Donald Trump, like a little brown sugar. You see, yeah. Like D'Angelo said. So no surprise. No surprise. The way he was what was he doing? I want to say he was grabbing on her a little bit. Yeah, like pulling on her wrist or something. I can't remember, but he was definitely complimenting the heck out of her. I was like, oh my God. It was kind of like, y'all know how it was. Everybody that saw the clip, y'all know what it was. But anyway, we got a politic in there. That was a long ass way for me to tell y'all. We got a politic in there. That's what it's called, but we don't. You see, don't try it. Like, just don't try it. Because I don't talk about politics around here. You're gonna have to go holler at what's his name? Plies for that. Okay? You see? Shout out to that. But anyway, Coily Ray. Coily Ray is having her baby daddy problems continue. You see? I said, Coy. Nobody told you to spin a block with that boy. You see, like, nobody told you to spin a block with that boy, Coy. In fact, y'all know I don't really believe in spinning the block. Like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Shout out to that. What's that called? What's that name? Nelly and Ashanti got going on. I don't care. You see, I don't care. I just don't find Nelly and Ashanti. You see, like I can't explain it. I just can't explain it. I just. Y'all want the truth. Y'all want the truth. Y'all know y'all gonna have to be able to handle it over here. So shout out to that. Baby, listen. Truth be told, I don't. I'm trying to get it out. Okay, let's talk about it. One, I don't necessarily believe in spinning the block like that. Like I hold on. Yeah, see, like Young Dog said, hold up. I know that every situation is different. Okay, every situation is different. I do believe there could be some spend about love after stories. Okay, it just is what it is. So shout out to them and shout out to that. But at the end of the day, I don't necessarily believe in spinning the block. Okay, it just is what it is. I feel like exes don't exist. So shout out to that. But no, for real. I feel like exes are exes for a reason, child. You see, like just don't. Okay, I just so anyway. That's one. And then two, when it comes to Nelly and Ashanti, I just feel like I just like something seems off about them, if that makes sense. Like I don't know. I maybe Ashanti is more into Nelly than he is into her, or something like that. You know. But it just gives fake to me. It just is what it is. It gives fake to me in a sense. Like everybody talking about how much they've been smiling and they ain't never been stopped smiling since they got back together. First of all, Ashanti is the type of person who she laughs all the time. All the time. It's almost like a nervous laugh. Or you know how some people do that sometimes. And then not to mention Nelly. He always cheesing too, but I was looking at him the other day and I'm like, Nelly got some vanillas in his mouth. Most people with vanillas are always cheesing. You see? So I'm like, oh, no way. You know, I just thought, wait. You know, like, ugh. But hold on. I do think that, you know, I don't know. I think that if Nelly is really serious about, you know, like being a good man to, then I could see them being happy together. But that's only if Nelly is really serious about being a good man to her. You see, because Nelly is already, he has already reached 50. He's in his 50s. And like, I can tell you right now, no woman wants to deal with no man that just want to run around. You see, unless she cool with you running around. No woman wants to deal with that. The ones who ain't cool with that, no woman wants to deal with that. But I take it a step further. In your 50s, ninja, you has got to be tired. You see? Uh, so like if he really, you know, and I'm sorry. I just don't get that vibe from Nelly just yet. I just don't get that vibe from Nelly like he really, really ready to settle down and be real. You know? No. I get a vibe from Nelly like, um, he'll still be up to the same old, same old. He just married now. You know what I'm saying? So like it might have slowed down, but has it completely stopped? I don't know if I believe that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I believe that. So then after that, so with that in mind, then it's just fake. You see, it's just fake. And she could have did better. She could have stayed by herself. You know, she could have damn sure married somebody, you know what I'm saying, in my opinion, who would have been faithful. You know what I'm saying? At least, if nothing else. Cause remind you, uh faithfulness is the bare minimum, kinda. I mean, it is. I hate to say it like that, but it is. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like when people say, "Why y'all clapping for somebody doing what they supposed to be doing?" Same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like people get applauded, and not necessarily people. Let me say this: men get applauded for being faithful. You know, which don't get it twisted. If it's something good that you doing, then you know, I understand. You know what I'm saying? To me, like a card does need to be given, you know. But like I don't walk around every day like, yeah, what I'm gonna get for that? I was faithful yesterday. What I'm getting for that? You see? Like it's weird. It sounds weird. When you in a relationship and damn sure when you married, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Okay? So it is what it is. Now back to Coyle Ray. That's why I don't agree with her spinning the block with Trippy Red. Like, oh, you know, it just is what it is. But child, she did. She did. And, you know, who knows? Them kids might get back together. Them young people might get back together. Because there's still time. And they got this little bitty baby. But child, Trippy Red went to jail. And like, as a blog and content creator, because I was just about to complain, but like, yeah, nah, I could have looked it up. I need to find out if Trippy is out or not, because they didn't even tell us what he went to jail for. They said, word on the Kirby is he went to jail for some type of warrant. So, I'm like, oh man, poor Coyle Ray, you know. But it is what it is. I feel like she'll be all right. Koi, I feel like you'll be all right. Just, girl, if pressure hits you up, just keep it moving. It is what it is. Don't. I would say just fresh start. All new everything. You see? So shout out to that. You're a new mom. You got a new baby. You know, it's time to make new choices. Okay? So anyway, that's that, And then after that, let's move on. And what I want to talk to y'all about next. I guess I'll go from the bottom all the way to the top. You see? So shout out to that. Oh Lord, speaking of that, I forgot whose song is that. Who say that? Who say that? Somebody say from the bottom all the way to the top. Hey. Anyway, Christian and Tia Kemp. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. I said yes, Lord. I said, you know what? These two gonna give me what I need, I think. But now, for real, truthfully, I just want to know who y'all got. You know, like who is making the most sense out of Tia Camp and Christian Ryan? I don't know. I think both of them is cooking. You know, yeah, they both cooking. It's just about who gonna make who gonna whip up something I want to get into. It is what it is. Shout out to that. I honestly I feel like Christian is winning. Okay, she winning the argument. Okay, it just is what it is. Mm. At the end of the day, cause like Tia can be right. Cause truth be told, I do feel like she right about a lot of stuff that she's saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. I do. I think she right about a lot of stuff that she said. Like what do Shay Renee think Tia right about? I think she was right when she said, like just quit running behind Blueface and get more stable for your child. It just is what it is. She told no lies. Like at the end of the day, Christian is a mother. Like she gonna have to do what she gotta do. Oh yes, Miss Preston Curl. It just is what it is. She gonna have to do whatever it is she gotta do. Whatever that may be. To just get more stable for her child. Even if that's moving in with a family member. We all know we hate that. We all know we hate that. But it is what it is. Like, baby steps. You see, baby steps. But at the end of the day, if you're gonna be a mother, baby, listen. First things first, where you laying your head? You know, because the truth of the matter is, it's just ugh. Child, it's so hard to say it, but like Blueface was right. He was right about so much stuff. Like when he was asking Christian, who gonna watch the baby? I was like, oh my God. Can this man see the future? It just is what it is. Like, yeah, it's like get him a fortune cookie. Like he said, he was like, who is, and it's almost like he saw this coming. It's almost like he saw the lifestyle that Christian, you know what I'm saying, it was in. The lifestyle she was living, right? He saw the opportunities that she get, because it is what it is. Christian, like I've been watching, I've been paying attention. Like it's crazy. Y'all know at one point I was calling this Christian internet. Shout out to her. Like at one point that girl was running shit. She was. And it's crazy how like she could just take some time off and then just jump back in it, and it's just like Christian. For real. For real. But yeah, household name. The little girl made herself a household name. It just is what it is. I hope I use that definition right. But yeah, just her name rings bells. But at the end of the day, Christian, if you gonna be a mother, baby, you gotta be locked in. You see, it's just like first things first. Where's you gonna lay your head? You know. She need to figure that out. You know, I think Krishan, she don't be thinking a lot. Excuse me, when it comes to long term. Truth be told, I also think that she always somewhere secretly, quietly be thinking it's gonna be her and Blueface too. You see, um, mm, mm. Cause truth be told, if she can go live at Blueface house rent free and come and go as she please, that's what her and Junior would be. You know what I'm saying? But Blueface daddy there. Blueface daddy there. And he is gun ho on keeping that house clean, keeping that house intact. You know, he old school. Y'all know how old school people is. You just not finna do what you want to do, how you want to do around here. He watching. You see? Yeah, you gonna have to wash your clothes, your ass, and your dishes at Blueface house. Mm. Why the daddy there? And see, Krishan don't have time for that. She don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? If anything, she just washing her ass. She washing her ass, you know, and then back outside she got to get to. You see? So it's like she gotta get stable for her son. Tia Kemp didn't lie about that. You know? She too wishy-washy. You know? She too wishy-washy. And listen, that comes from somebody that is very indecisive. I'm a very indecisive person. You see, like I don't, you know, it's I be knowing what I think. I think I know what I want, but then that can change. It's just what that could change. So anyway, that being said, like Tia didn't lie. Krishan gotta lock in a little something. I don't care what it is. You know? It could be just a 1-bedroom apartment. But let me tell you something. Krishan is living a fast life in the fast lane with a small toddler. You know? And it's not to say she can't do that, because there's a lot of mothers who do that. You know what I'm saying? It's just about how she's doing it. You know, she gotta do it way more better than what she doing. It just is what it is. Like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You see? Just certain things Krishan gotta get way more serious about and lock in. Like, for instance, she got this little toddler. Krishan, you can't really be living out of Airbnbs. You see? Like the boys do. Like the ninjas do. Like a lot of people that you around is possibly doing. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Krishan gotta lock in on something. Girl, go get a little nice apartment for you and Junior to come and go as y'all please. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. And she lock in. You see, Miss Preston Girl, lock in with an area that you feel like is good for you and Junior to settle. Child, and that's that. Okay? But how much you want to bet? I'm willing to bet. How much I want to bet? I'm willing to bet. When Blueface get out, she gonna be trying to live with Blueface. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that in my heart of our hearts. But I feel like Blueface ain't gonna necessarily want that. I'll take it a step further. One thing about Blueface is a dad. You know what I'm saying? He been a dad kind of for a while now. He pretty much know how shit go. At least, if nothing else, I feel like Blueface will help her get a place. You know what I'm saying? He'll help her get a place that she can lock in with. Cause I don't think he want her like that no more. I think it's like, you know, I think he just like any other man. I think he'll mess with her, but necessarily want her be in a relationship with her. I think Krishan kind of blew that a little bit. I think him and her, like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Because at the end of the day, though, Krishan is like, they know how to get a coin together. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like Blueface gonna like necessarily toss her to the side because they know how to get a coin together. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I feel like Blueface know how to go get his own coin. He comfortable with getting his own coin. You know what I'm saying? I think he cool with letting Krishan do her thing from here on out. You know. But yeah, she gotta lock in. At the end of the day, Tia was right, but then she making herself look wrong. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? She look hella ghetto. She look hella ghetto. So most of what she's saying just falls on deaf ears. Ain't nobody heard her. Ain't nobody heard her for real. Ain't nobody heard her for real. Because at the end of the day, it's the messenger. You know what I'm saying? It's just the messenger. You know. She gotta learn how to dress that up better. Make that look better. But I do feel like Krishan kind of like she leading it. If you ask me, I feel like she leading it because but first of all, both of them got two. They have fan bases. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. I like it. You see, I'm here for it. I'm here for it at the end of the day because I keep seeing the comments are so divided. They 50-50. You got so many people who like, yeah, you see, they ready to get with the movement. Yeah, they ready to get with the movement because Tia Kim talking about starting the movement. I said, oh Lord, Krishan, you better watch this one because she bored. You see, and she knew the content creating. She really don't got that much of a direction. Tia don't really necessarily know where she going like that. And with that being said, child, she lying to start an agency. Yeah. But you got a lot of people who is like, yeah, get her, get on her. You know what I'm saying? And get her page back. Because Tia Kemp mad right now because she's saying that Krishan got behind the scenes and got her page deleted. And I'm like, yeah, that's about right. I believe it. You see? And I'm not laughing at her page getting deleted, but I am laughing at the connection. You see? Yeah. Because a lot of people was like, Krishan can't do that. Auntie, you sound crazy. No, Auntie, don't. Krishan can do that. So shout out to that. Yes. Miss Preston Curl, where y'all been? Okay. Cause one, Zeus Network be having people pages snatched down all the time. And even though I feel like Zeus Network might like Tia Kim, like, I think they more into Krishan, you see? Yeah. And like Blueface say, baby, you can put that on schoolyard, backyard, and the front. You see, I do feel like if Tia Kim start doing what Zeus Network views is too much, shoot, while they trying to work with Krishan, I feel like they will. Like yeah, get a Boosie, you see, get a Boosie bad ass, right? Erase right on up out the Instagram. It just is what it is. At this point, Tia, girl, you better start another page like Boosie be doing. And go on about your day. Yeah, just go on about your day. But at the end of the day, though, just like Boosie had to realize, Tia Kim gonna have to realize too. I feel like Instagram ain't finna play with her like that. You know, Instagram, Zeus, whoever. You see, they don't care, they don't care, they don't care. So Tia better keep that. She better keep doing all that TikToking and rig rocking on that other app. Cause baby, Instagram said don't bring it over here. You see, don't come over here to argue, Tia Kim. So anyway, Poopa Stars, word on the curb is Tia Kim child is still going back and forth with herself at this point, you know, because Christian is allegedly behind the scenes with it, you know, and I thought that was kind of funny. Shout out to Christian. Shout out to using her little money and her little power, you see. So anyway, shout out to her. Shout out to that. Now, I have not looked at Christian Rock's most recent interview. I have not. I have not. I just don't see too much of, you know, I don't know. It's like, what is Christian doing that interests me right now? You know, now if she talking about her journey, you know, with Christ and you know her walk and you know coming up with Yahweh, because I like that song. I like that song. Then like yeah, I want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? If she talking about motherhood and how she feel about you know the internet always on her ass and how she feel about you know, being a new mom and maneuvering, working and being there for Junior and why she decides to not talk about whatever she then yeah, you know. But I saw somewhere allegedly, I don't know how true it is, you know what I'm saying, but somebody was saying that like he like I don't something about Jason Lee didn't even ask anything about Junior, you know. And you know, I get that, but I don't. You know, like I get that because it's like, okay, I get it because it's like, I think that they have a friendship, you know, and I feel like he honored their friendship. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like as a business person, it's still a way that you can honor things and like still like you know what I'm saying? Like I said, well, can I at least ask you, you know what I'm saying, how it makes you feel? You know, just like anything Junior. You know what I'm saying? Can you give me anything Junior? You know what I'm saying? Like is there a particular reason why you know, why you're deciding to not talk about what could or couldn't be going on with Junior? You know what I'm saying? Um, Well, I just don't do it because I feel like it's nobody's business. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the internet get on my head so much about my baby that I just rather not tell them shit about my baby. You know? Like I really feel like it's nothing wrong with it. Good morning, everybody. Hey, good morning, y'all. Um, you know, simple. Like I feel like there's ways to talk about Junior without necessarily talking about Junior. You know what I'm saying? Um, Even if it's just like not even talking about Junior. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just like house motherhood. You know? But you're a new mom. You know what I'm saying? You're new to motherhood. I'm sure you're still learning, you're still maneuvering it. You know, like how's motherhood? You know, like how what do you know? That's it. Just can I get your views on motherhood? You know what I'm saying? So far. Like the pros, the cons, you know what I'm saying? Do you have any recommendations? Anything that you recommend, you know, to somebody who might want to have a baby at the age that you had Krishan. You know, like it's just, you know what I'm saying? Um, so I wanna honor your friendship, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I wanna, you know, I wanna be real. You know what I'm saying? I wanna have a real interview with you. You know what I'm saying? I want us to, uh, just at least make it more real. You know what I'm saying? And more authentic. It just is what it is. Because other than that, you coming over here to talk about Blueface, you coming over here to talk about Carlista, you coming over here to talk about Jaden, and like the people are kind of over that. It's only so long that they can ride their wave. Although I will say this though, that Peter Guns, Amina, and Tara, them like that was, you see, it just is what it is. I feel like if they wanted to keep going, the audience would have kept watching them. Okay, I feel like they wasn't Kevin Gates. None of them. All three of them. I feel like they got tired. Like for real, because it was real feelings involved, and that man was really going between them two women. But like, if they, you see, I just feel like they could have made way more money off of Peter, Amina, and Tara than what they did. So with that being said, though, you know, if Blueface wanted to market his circus, you know what I'm saying? Still, then I feel like he could, but like our participants gotta be participating. You see, they gotta still be willing to participate. See, this is the thing. Jaden be feeling like she can be the head be you know in charge when it comes to the circus, and like I just I just you see um you know what I'm saying, Jaden isn't as quite entertaining as Krishan. Okay, so it is what it is. Shout out to that. And then hold on, y'all. Let me see where I'm going with it. Let me see where I want to go with it. And then so yeah, as far as Tia Kim and Krishan Rock goes, I just feel like Krishan is slightly winning the little argument, you know what I'm saying, a little bit. Simply because the simple reason right here, Tia is on the older side. You know what I'm saying? She on the older side. And she looking like she arguing with this young girl. And that alone, you see, you lose. Okay? This is what it is. You lose brownie points for that. All right, in my opinion. Child, in my most honest, humble opinion, okay? So, anyways, after that, hold on, y'all. Let me hold on. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second, okay? Especially while, like, yeah. Hold on, just hold on. You see, like Young Dog said, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Shout out to that. Y'all wait 1 second. Let me go. I want to go charge up my kids' stuff so I can find some more topics to talk to y'all about. Hold on. Don't go nowhere. Just eat. I'll be right back. Hold on. tell y'all something, baby. Ooh. Yeah. Like that man said, let me tell you something. Listen. So y'all know I was supposed to work out. I was supposed to start working out, child, and what happened was it rained. Oh yeah, I'm telling y'all, I just I don't like Let me tell you something. Like ultimately, I don't know. Like y'all know I like working out outdoors, right? But it's almost like I gotta figure out. I gotta bring it back inside sometimes. It just is what it is. Cause this outdoor stuff. This outdoor stuff ain't working. It is what it is. Cause like this is the thing. I don't like it like controlling like, oh man, it's raining. So now I can't do nothing. I don't like that. You know? I'm gonna have to figure it out. So shout out to that. I am gonna have to figure it out. When I was up, I should have put me a soda in the refrigerator. But it is what it is. Y'all know I'm gonna be on here for hours and hours and hours, like Mooney Long said. Because YouTube is like, yeah, now you gonna be a streamer. So shout out to that. Shout, they got me on here for hours and hours and hours, like Mooney Long said. So anyway, y'all ready to see me thug it out? Child, listen. Thug it. I'm thugging. So shout out to that. Now what else was I telling y'all about? So yeah, as far as Tia Kemp and Chrisean goes, I feel like Chrisean is kinda sorta winning their little argument. You see? Yeah. Only because Tia making herself look crazy. Okay, it just is what it is. She older. You know, she older. And it just is what it is. The older you are, people excuse me, expect for you to carry yourself a certain way. And I take it a step further. It don't really even matter. Like age don't necessarily, you know what I'm saying? Like anybody can embarrass themselves. You know? Anybody. So anyway. Shout out to that. Child, where's my hold on, y'all. I feel like I want to write in Kodak Black. Shout out to Kodak Black. Kodak Black and NBA Youngboy, cause they tripping. Well, they not tripping like that, but Kodak Black said something to NBA Youngboy just recently, and I don't know. I feel like they both probably be trolling each other, to be honest. Not to mention, they want to be like Future. Both of them little boys right there, they wanted to be like Future. Y'all know what Future said. It ain't nobody on. You see, like, it just is what it is. Like Future, we didn't know it, but Future was messing with all the girls. All the girls. All the girls. Hold on. All the girls, y'all. I'm like, all the girls. Like, yeah, I don't care. He said, if you ask Future, it ain't nobody on Instagram he ain't been with. So you be thinking about it's her too. I don't know. Her too? Future. You mean tell me even Jaherbo baby mamas? You see, yeah. Both of them, one. Let us know. You see? I mean, it just is what it is. But like, yeah. So when I see, like, for instance, Young Boy, NBA Young Boy, to me, NBA Young Boy was just like trying to be a young Future to me. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Like, that's, to me, like, that's how NBA YoungBoy started moving. He started messing with all, like, anybody his age. Could get it, okay? So, like, if you ask me, I feel like that's what them little kids is tripping about, okay? It just is what it is. So shout out to that. And I might talk about them in a little bit, or I might not. But let's talk about Cardi B real quick. So word on Cardi B is people are saying that Cardi B left Stefan, okay? Like she didn't broke things out for Stefan. First of all, even just saying something like that with Cardi B being married is just weird to me. Cardi girl, get the divorce. You see, get the divorce. Right? It just is what it is. Like, do it the way it's supposed to go. Honestly, I just don't got Stefan Diggs and Cardi B lasting long. I don't. I don't. I don't. You know, but that's just my prediction. It could. It could. And the only reason why I feel like it could is because, shoot, Cardi B is a Libra. And I feel like when it comes to relationships, Libras can hang. Shit. They got Wolverine strength when it comes to, like, just hanging in there. Like, I mean, seriously, hanging. You know, a Libra can go as hard as a monkey if given the chance. So shout out to that. Like, baby, you see, that's what I be trying to tell the girls when they be trying to get rid of Jada Waiter. Okay? Yeah, it's just what it is. Now, hold on. Like the young dog said, hold up. You know Jada Waiter be saying she don't mess with Lil Baby no more. That's what she say, you know. And I believe her because she did something. I think she put it on her son or something. She did something last time that made me believe her a little bit. But she said she don't. And she a grown woman. She ain't got to lie about that. Um, with that being said, then I don't know what's going on with the baby. Okay. So anyway, shout out to that. I don't know what's going on with the baby. I don't know what he waiting on. He waiting on something. Okay. So anyway, yeah though. Cardi B. Cardi B, people think she broke things off with Stefan Diggs because she deleted stuff, his pictures and stuff like that off of her Instagram. I said, listen, did Cardi B break up with this man? Did she break up with this man, or is this just marketing? You know, is Cardi B just a marketing genius at this point? You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. At this point, I feel like Cardi B knows how to get the buzz going. Yeah, like a good tequila. Yeah, she just know how to get the buzz going and get the people talking. That's just if you ask me. I think her and her team are great. You see, Tony Tiger, great baby at marketing. So I don't know. And then some people was like, okay, she going through a divorce. Maybe that's why she deleted everything because it just, it's not a good look possibly in court. And I'm like, that might be it. You know what I'm saying? That might be it. Because I don't know. I don't know, y'all. You see, I just really ain't got Cardi B leaving Stefan Diggs alone that fast. I think they having a lot of fun, you know. Um, but at the same time, I feel like Cardi got this album going on, and You know, I just feel like they just trolling at this point. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're taking us on a roller coaster ride, child, for different reasons. I don't think she done with him, dog, at all. Now, I will say this. I told y'all just recently that I thought she might be pregnant. I still don't know. But I also told y'all when I told y'all that like Cardi B knows how to get her name buzzing. You see? Bzzz. You see, like, yeah, like a little gnat at a barbecue. It just is what it is. She know how to get the buzz going. With that being said, like, I don't know. Maybe she playing, you know. In other words, using that to her advantage. I'm gonna wear this. I'm gonna wear that because it look like I'm trying to hide a baby. But I ain't no baby here. I'm just using this to not only mess with Offset head a little bit, keep my name, you know what I'm saying, going. It just is what it is. It's either that or she pregnant, you know. This morning I thought of a third thing that it could be though. You know, it could be too also that no, hold on. It could be the fact that Cardi B getting older, right? She getting older. And I just feel like how can I put it? You know, I just feel like not necessarily the older part. I just feel like as a mom, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like women go through different phases in their life, right? And I just feel like as a mother, she covering up more. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. As a mother, it's probably way more appealing. Well, I know it is. You know what I'm saying? I know it is. But Cardi B is probably finding now that it's way more appealing to be covered. You know what I'm saying? Than just letting everything hang out. You know, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? She is a mother. So like you know what I'm saying? I don't like. Hold on, let me see. How do I put it? How do I explain it? But like, I can't explain it. But like, you just so you don't live. You're not living your life, and you don't. It's just you're not giving Glorilla no more. It just is what it is. You're not giving Glow. You're not giving Megan Thee Stallion. You know what I'm saying? To me, like you're not necessarily in competition with the girls that are child about to call them motherless, don't have kids. You know what I'm saying? I just think that maybe, you know, just maybe it's a possibility that like, you know, it could be her getting older and like growing into motherhood. You know what I'm saying? A little more. You know, because at the end of the day, you know, at the end of the day, if you pay attention, even Nicki Minaj switched it up. You know what I'm saying? Even Nicki Minaj switched it up. Nicki Minaj does not wear half the things, you know, that these other women wear, you know, while touring and stuff like that. And I you know, I think it's a lot of things that factor in that, you know. I think it's a lot of things that factor in that. But I think it's age and motherhood. You see, so it just is what it is. And like maybe, just maybe. But at the same time, I think Cardi B is having fun. Okay? I think she having fun with the whispers. You know, it just is what it is, whether they're true or not. Um, I mean, at this point though, you know, to me, it don't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. Like I just feel like rocket science. Um, like I just figure like if Cardi B don't show us, you know, that she probably pregnant. That's what I be thinking. But then again, like I just said, it's possible that like she getting older and she just don't let it all hang out no more. But like, I don't know. Cause if nothing else, these girls is at least gonna show their stomach off. You know? So I don't know. I do not know, really and truthfully. Cause like if you asked me this a week ago, I was like, man, that girl pregnant. If she don't never, ever, ever show her stomach for a long, long time, that girl is pregnant. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? What if she trolling, or what if she just in a different stage in life, you know? Because that's the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth. No matter how good a woman's body may look, you know what I'm saying? Um, when you start maturing, certain outfits, you just like, you know, like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just there is a difference, you know? And it should be as it should be. There should be hey, good morning, Kiki. Hold on, y'all. Oh shit. Wait, hold on. You see? Because I don't want to knock my stuff over. Hold on, let me go get this real quick. So I can look up her age real quick. Ooh, Lord. One thing about it, let me tell y'all something. One thing about it, let me tell y'all something. I'm streaming. You see? Am I streaming? Yeah, I am. So shout out to that. Hey, YouTube, you see me? You see me, YouTube? You see me? Yeah. So you can release my monetization. So you can release my coin. You see me? You see me on here slanging my child? Child, yes. Let's get it. Anyway. Um, child, and you know, like for instance, I can't explain it, but like for the most part, like I might wear things that's like similar or in the same family, you know, as somebody younger. But for the most part, like, okay, Cardi B is 32. She's 32, which is still young. So shout out to that. You know, but like for instance, me, you know, I'm not gonna be wearing something that a 19-year-old is wearing. 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna wear stuff that a 20-year-old is wearing. Now, every now and then, yes. You know, every now and then, yes. You will find a 19-year-old and me in the same outfit. But it's not because I got on something that's inappropriate. You know what I'm saying? It's just because um you know, some things, you know, will do. Like for instance, I like sweats. Y'all know that I live in sweats. Well, I'm sure a lot of like that sweats go for all different age groups, you see. Um, and I used to be hard on short shorts, but I feel like women can wear short shorts. Period. No matter how old she is. Uh Now shorts where your booty hang out. Oh, Miss Ma'am, you know, Miss Mama, you know, it's like, you know, there's a cutoff. There's definitely a cutoff age for that, you know, but it just is what it is. Maybe just maybe Cardi B getting a little older, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't care what nobody say either. That's another thing. Shout out to that. Hey, shout out to y'all for jumping in my comments too. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about what I'm talking about. But what was I telling y'all? Oh yeah, that's another thing too. Like when I was having babies, yeah, you see, cause I ain't no more. Um, after every baby, my bounce back got harder, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So, like after my first baby, I was like, okay, yeah. Like to me, the first one is the easiest one. You know, most people after their first baby go right back to how they was. Now I can honestly say I gained a lot of weight with my kids. That's the only thing that I really, really don't like about being pregnant. Like for me, I gained too much weight with my kids. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But I said all that to say, you know, after 3 kids, you know, your stomach is just everything. You just got to work way harder. It is what it is. You got to work way harder. Uh, you know, to bounce back and stuff like that. And maybe, you know, I don't know. I just feel like Cardi B probably letting her body just body for real. You know, without surgery and all of that, all of that, all of that. You know, because the truth be told, you know what I'm saying? If we keeping it real, if we keeping it real though, um, if Cardi B just had a baby 8 to 10 months ago, then her stomach should be needing some, you know what I'm saying? Some like working out, you know. Um, we just used to celebrities going and flying and hurrying up and getting a nip tuck. You know what I'm saying? So since we feel like we used to them just getting a cute little nip and tuck, we feel like, okay, Cardi, where your nip and tuck? You know? Um, but at the end of the day, y'all, I don't know. Y'all jump in my comments and let me know if y'all think Cardi be pregnant. Cause you know, just last week I was like, I'm gonna go off of my common sense. You know what I'm saying? Whatever my common sense tells me. Like if you're not showing your belly, then my common sense tells me that you're pregnant. And like, yeah, I think I might have to just stick with that. You see, I think yeah, I think I like where that's headed. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah. Let me just say that. Yeah, you see, because I don't care what nobody say. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Even without no surgery, Cardi B should be able to wear what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, a crop top. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like it just is what it is. Like we, you know, it's the summertime. You know what I'm saying? We dressing like it. I don't even like the way my stomach look in crop tops like that. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, I don't. Um, you know, I could wear crop tops, but it depends on the bottoms. You know what I'm saying? Like my bottoms have to be given high waist, and then it's on. You see? Yeah, I said it's just gonna be on like Donkey Kong at that point in time. But for the most part, I'm not crazy about crop tops. But I said all that to say like it's the summertime. I'm wearing them. You know what I'm saying? Like most women are gonna wear them. You know, we you know, it's the summertime. So yeah, we're expecting Cardi B to dress like the summertime. Not to mention she just also recently had on something just recently, right? And this girl was saying that like it looked like she got a what's some things called? Child, I got one. It get on my nerves. I don't like how long the strings is. It's annoying. Y'all know that thing though that got all them strings in it, and you squeeze it, and it make it tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. Like squeeze your damn organs out of you. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Um, somebody was saying it looked like she got one of them on, and she was like to hide a pregnancy. She was like, and I know because I used to do that. And that was sad. You know what I'm saying? That was a little sad. But is Cardi pregnant? I tell you one thing, if she is, she probably embarrassed. Okay, cause like yeah, that you know like ugh ah eek. That would be a heck of a slip up. But it just is what it is, child. You know, these folks got coins. So it kind of like, you know, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, because money can't get you out of everything. And maybe it can't. You know, maybe it's just one of these situations where it just can't and it just ain't. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. If you ask me, if Cardi B is pregnant by Stephon Diggs, ugh, ache. I just don't think that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I don't think that's a good thing. It is what it is. Like, we barely know if this is a good man. Like, are you sure? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's that. Hopefully she trolling. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, it's just to get under Offset skin a little bit. Get his muscles going, you know, as he punches air. You know, it just is what it is. Child, but we're gonna have to wait. Cause that's one thing I know, two things for sure. Um, it only take 9 months. You see, it only take 9 months to cook a baby. Mm. Mm. So shout out to that. Like, unless you gonna hide the baby after you have it. You know, but even still, like, it'd be hard to hide a baby past a certain month. So that's that too. And we all know Cardi B is getting ready for an album. Cardi B has to come outside. She has to come outside. So, like, we will know. I take it a step further. The album's supposed to be here in September. Shoot, by the time the album get here, we should know. You know, because like, you can only hide a stomach for so long, okay? So it is what it is. Shout out to that. But just for a quick recap, and quick uh uh a quick recap. Word on the Garbage is Cardi B deleted stuff from her page of Stephon Diggs, okay? I don't know why I feel like I just slightly, and mightly have a headache. I don't have time for that. If I do, I would assume it's my hat. Maybe I need to make my hat a little looser. Usually when I put my honey hats on, which this ain't his hat, by the way, it's not. But usually when I put his hats on, his hats be tight as heck. I be like, my baby has a little peanut head. I just cannot believe it. My head is bigger than his or whatnot, but so I definitely be having to loosen them up. Now, uh, could be the wig. Could be my hair. So, giving me a damn headache. Ugh. Anyway, y'all. And so that's what's going on in the rap girl world with Cardi B, okay? And then after that, let me move on and let me talk about Nicki Minaj. So Nicki Minaj, y'all. Hold on, before I talk about Nicki Minaj, give me a second. Give me 1 second. Because I'm going to be here until 12:30. Shout out to that. I'm getting these hours and hours and hours in, like Mooney Long said. And again, today's show topics is going to be Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj gets the boot, okay, from Nicki Minaj gets the boot from Nicki Minaj gets the boots, y'all, from what's the lady name that gave Nicki the boot? Child, y'all know I'm here, there, everywhere to get the tea, and there's just be so much data in my head, you see. Uh Foxy. Foxy Brown. Oh Lord. I said Lord, Lord, Lord. I'm sure that was probably the last straw for Nicki. I can only imagine that was annoying for her. For real. Because you just try, you try, and you try with these women. You know? Like I can only imagine. Not to mention, oh no. Cut that off. Listen, listen, listen. Cut that off. Um
What that mouth do?
Oh Lord, this is so annoying. Like, come on. Like, why is they doing that? Like, hold on, y'all, hold on. Cause like, no, you see, shit, they trying to get my stuff. I'm not playing with y'all, Miss Preston Curl. I don't play that. You see, I don't play that copywritten stuff. So anyway, child. So hold on, hold on, hold on. I want to send a birthday shout out to 50 Cent. Um, 50 Cent turned 50 yesterday. So shout out to that. Hold on. Let me make sure. I'm almost positive. Hold on. It's just not 50 Cent though. Like I've missed some birthdays. And I apologize for that. Hold on. Okay. So happy belated birthday, okay, to 50 Cent. All right, who turned 50. 50 Cent turned 50 yesterday on July the 6th, okay? So happy belated birthday, 50 Cent. 50 Cent being 50 is kind of scary. It is. It's kind of scary. But shout out to him and shout out to that. I hope you enjoyed your day 50. Now, also, Missy. I miss Missy Elliott's birthday, y'all. Happy belated birthday to Missy Elliott as well, okay? Who on the first turned 54 years old. Happy belated birthday, Missy. Hold on, I got another birthday shout out. There she go. That my girl go. Um, that my girl go. Sweetie. Happy belated birthday to Sweetie, too, okay? Let's see when Sweetie's birthday was. Hold on. That's my girl. Ah, I'm doing rich shit. Pretty bitch. Yeah. So shout out to that. Sweetie birthday was on the 2nd, y'all. So happy belated birthday to Sweetie. Okay, it's cancer season. It's one of my favorite seasons of the year. Just is what it is. I love me some cancers. So shout out to that. Shout out to all the cancers. Okay, hold on. Before we get into this Nicki Minaj story, because I'm gonna be here for another hour and 30 minutes. So hold on. Before we get into this Nicki Minaj story, I wanted to talk about what else is going on, okay? What else is going on out there? We finna find out. I said we just finna find out, but hold on one second. Cause I gotta cut this down, baby. No, y'all like what y'all not finna do is play with my channel, okay? This channel done came a long ways, okay? And we got a ways to go. So shout out to that. Cause we ain't tripping. Give me my chalk. Yeah, yeah. Just give me my chalk. Okay. So shout out to that. I'm slanging it. I'm slanging it. Oh no, hold on. Ugh, I almost dropped my damn drink. Shit. Child. Ugh, and I didn't mean to do that. But I didn't toss this. Yeah, I said I didn't toss this MNF. But anyway, child, so before I talk about Nicki, hold on 1 second. Child, so y'all know we're gonna be talking about Diddy in the morning. I'm gonna go over Diddy uh being sued. I said, oh my God. Listen, Blueface, you might have to put that on schoolyard, backyard, the front yard, and the prison yard. They're like somebody else circus is jumping too. Okay. Yes, baby. Diddy got a whole circus like Blueface. Um, they saying bad baby 06. Oh, can you imagine? Ah, yes. Almost down there 600 and something thousand on her American Express card. Mm, mm. Gots to be more careful, baby. You know that baby daddy probably had that card. You know that baby daddy probably had that card. Um. Oh my God! And before we talk about Nicki Minaj, let's just talk about Tiny and Ti and Sabrina right quick, okay? Child, listen. So word on the carpet is Tiny liked the post, right? She liked the post. And she basically made a comment too on the post. She was saying that when it comes to like Diddy, right? She was like, people, because this post was about Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Remind y'all. She was saying that like people just want you to be guilty for being freaky so bad. That's what Tiny said. And I was like, Tiny. Take the what and leave the what, girl? You see? Girl. Like, I'm going to need you to sit this one out, right? So, it's like, then here Sabrina come. You know what I'm saying? Then here Sabrina come. Child Sabrina. Y'all know Tiny's ex-best friend, the one who said, all these accusations that she been saying throughout the years about T.I. and Tiny, right? Long list. Child, long list. So anyway, here Sabrina come. Basically, you know what I'm saying, saying that like she made an allegation that Tiny has basically had to be intimate, you know, or go downtown, okay, if you will, on every woman in Atlanta to get married to T.I., according to Sabrina. And I'm just like, OMG, Sabrina. Oh, what is Sabrina last name? Sabrina Peterson, I think. Girl, you know I'm a bad girl. You know I'm a bad girl. But anyway, and I'm like, ooh, eek. You know, Sabrina, what's tea? You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Sabrina is calling T.I. and Tiny out, okay? Because they saying she is saying that they rhymes with Raffic, a young lady, okay, just recently. Uh she said, y'all go to hold on. I'm trying to find the story. Hold on 1 second. So she made claims that Tiny, um now first of all I was like, ooh, eek, she said that Tiny basically had to be intimate, you know what I'm saying, with other women to get her ring. Now that sounds crazy. Now that just sounds crazy as hell to me. Like I don't necessarily believe no shit like that. It's very weird. Oh, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get all the information before I. Okay. See, yeah, she. Okay, this is the second time too, though. She keep. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm like, okay. Um, because in 2021 she sued them and her lawsuit got threw out. Yeah, it was dismissed. But now she is acting like she got some dirt on them about some girl that she claimed has been trafficked by them and then passed off to the son, according to Sabrina. And I'm like, ooh, eek, like how is, I don't know. I'm like, how is because I don't know, this just sounds new. Okay, she talking about seeing them in court and stuff like this too, so it kind of seemed new to me, y'all. Um, and I'm like, how is she still in these people' business if this is new? All right, because remind you, they've been dealing with Sabrina for a long time. She had a lawsuit against them that lasted 4 years. The yeah, after 4 years it got dismissed. But if you let Sabrina tell it, Ti them is messing with somebody. They doing something they shouldn't be doing. She also said to ask them what an NLB is. And a lot of people was like, "What's that? A naughty little baby?" Child, look. And so Ti, okay, he took to his Instagram and was like, today is a good day to mind your business. Today is a good day to mind your business and not be worried about what other people got going on. So that made me wonder, like, okay, hold on. You know, like, is there some truth to what this lady's saying? I will say this though, I don't understand why they can't just move on. I don't know. Child, I don't know. But I gotta get some more information on that. Okay. And y'all know I'm tuned in. It just is what it is. I'm tuned in because she mentioned something about seeing them in court. Okay. But let me just say this. A lot of people was like, Tiny, you know, like that ain't helping the allegations at all, sis. You know what I'm saying? And I agree. I agree. I agree. You know what I'm saying? Tiny, like, you can't be running around like agreeing with every little freaky thing you see. You see, it just is what it is, child. So anyway, shout out to that. But yes, child. Word on the curve. Ti, Tiny, and Sabrina, they still going up, down, up, down. Okay, so yeah. Seesaw. I'm gonna put them on my Seesaw series. Okay, it just is what it is. Cause yeah, we sick of it. We sick of y'all at this point. So anyway, Nicki Minaj. Child, Nicki Minaj is fried, dyed, and tossed to the side. You see, yeah, like a piece of trash. By Foxy Brown. Foxy Brown said, "You get out of here. You get out of here." Mm, mm. And like I said, I just feel sorry for Nicki Minaj. Now, let me tell y'all what's going on. Long story short, Nicki Minaj and Foxy Brown, they built a friendship. It seemed what it seemed like, what we thought, you know what I'm saying? Or an alliance or um they've been associates, you know what I'm saying, throughout the years, okay? They cool. It ain't no different than um Megan Thee Stallion being cool with Queen Latifah. You see, it just is what it is. Like Nicki Minaj befriended, okay, um, somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's been around. It just is what it is. So, child. Anyway, long story short, Foxy Brown though, for whatever reason, she posted a picture of her brother and Jay Z and somebody else on her Instagram story. Okay, the same day. And then that same day, she unfollowed Nicki Minaj. Child, so people like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Like, I don't know why Foxy would do that. Well, let me just say this. Just recently, and this is all alleged, because I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere to get the tea, but I have not had a chance to like do my homework, you know what I'm saying, on this particular topic, if you will. So anyway, word on the curb is Nicki Minaj is accusing, this is alleged, okay, this is alleged. She recently accused Jay-Z. She recently allegedly accused Jay-Z of owing her some money. Okay. Now listen, unless you living up under a rock, we all know Nicki Minaj and Jay-Z, they just you see, um now we'll say this, the beef kind of seems one-sided because it seemed like Jay-Z be paying Nicki dust. Okay. It just is what it is. But at the end of the day though, Jay-Z is like, this is alleged. I don't know. This is just what they say on the streets, okay? The internet streets. Jay-Z is a more of a behind the scenes type of person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna do all of everything I do behind the scenes. Not in the forefront. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not what that is, you know? That's not how I represent my brand. You know what I'm saying? So you're not finna see me getting into it with Nicki Minaj online. You see, that's just not how Jay-Z roll, right? But allegedly, whatever he gonna do, he do it behind the scenes, okay? So Nicki Minaj and Jay-Z been tripping for whatever reason. Like I said, to a lot of people, it seems one-sided because you never hear a peep from Jay-Z's side, right? But just recently, it came out that Nicki is alleging that Jay-Z owes her money. Now, she been alleging that he owed her money for some type of deal that they did when Nicki signed to Tidal, okay? But some kind of way, allegedly, Jay-Z didn't pay her money that she was due from Tidal, okay? Now they're alleging that it was $8 million. That's enough money, all right, for us just to fall out. You see, it's just $8 billion, baby. We falling out like hell. You see. So anyway, it is what it is. No, I'm not knocking Nicki. She just, she don't fool with Jay-Z allegedly. She into it with Jay. So she just recently called them out. Like I said, they been saying that he owe her money, but she never put a number on it. So allegedly, just recently, she put a number on it. Okay, and she called him out on her $8 million for a title deal. Okay, so I'm thinking that got her unfollowed. Okay, from Foxy Brown. It just is what it is now. Am I guessing? Yes. Because has Foxy Brown came out and told us why she unfollowed Nicki? No. All right. But me and everybody else, myself and everybody else, right? Everybody else and I, Is that the right way to say it? We all believe that it has something to do with Jay-Z. I mean, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And this is my thing. Like, I just feel like Nicki had to probably, I don't think she fully did, but I think partially, right? She saw this coming. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Foxy is Jay-Z's girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, they go way back, you know? And it would be like, I mean, okay, so yes, I do feel sorry for Nicki Minaj. I do. You know what I'm saying? Because it's almost like she don't have nobody. You know, it feels like there's no allies for real. Now, remind you, for whatever reason, Nicki don't really fool with Missy Elliott. She don't really fool with the others. You know, it's a couple of others. Let me think of the rap girls real quick. You got Missy, you know what I'm saying, who is a heavy hitting legend in the game. Nicki don't fool with Missy like that. You got Queen Latifah. Nicki don't fool with Queen Latifah like that. You got Moni. She don't fool with Moni. You got Kim. No motion there. Um, and it's that other one, MC Light. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Inserts the Shannon Sharp meme. So, like, with that being said, she don't really have any allies. You know what I'm saying? She don't have no allies. So, you know, I thought it was cute that she and Foxy were friends, you know, or you know, industry allies. You know, I thought it was cute. But at the end of the day, though, you know what I'm saying? Foxy chose her side. You know, I mean, seemingly, you know, it's like I feel like that was the last straw, you know, for Foxy Brown. It just is what it is. Now I will say this though, Nicki been tripping with Jay-Z for a minute. And I can honestly say, like, I cannot remember. I cannot remember. If I have time, I'll go back. But I wanna say something happened just recently where, like, yeah, this almost happened. So it's almost like deja vu. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I saw this coming though. But anyway, Foxy Brown just, you know, she chose a side. You know, it's almost like letting somebody come between Nicki Minaj and Young Money. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jay-Z is Foxy Brown's Young Money. You know what I'm saying? And like, she ain't going. It just is what it is. She wasn't going. You see? Um, yeah, I wanna say, you know, I don't know. I don't know. But I know just recently, right, people was trying to say something about Jay-Z messing with Foxy when she was younger. And like, I want to say, like, maybe not Nicki, but maybe the Barbs was kind of barking up that tree or something like that. And like, Foxy, I want to say Foxy Brown ended up addressing it or shutting it down or something. You know what I'm saying? Something. But I do know that that was just getting some buzz just recently. But yeah, it's all good. I feel like Nicki will be okay. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she'll be okay. Um, you know, I look at the industry and it's just I don't know. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just it don't seem like it's a lot of friends for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, Nicki. So like, don't, you know, don't feel too bad. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't, and I take it a step further. You know, like, man, like I said, Jay-Z and Foxy Brown go way back. Um, I just feel like it's like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot to ask. Like to ask um um Foxy Brown to go against Jay-Z is a lie. I would say that. But I wonder what the final straw is. Cause like I said, Foxy Brown posted a picture of Jay-Z and her brother. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was the final straw? Did Jay Z finally did him and the brother have a conversation? They got back to Foxy Brown. Like, what led to the unfollow? You know? Um, that's what I would want to know. But yes, y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. I mean, it is what it is. I think Nicki Minaj responded too. I think she has since responded, but I don't know if she did. People just, think she did. You know what I'm saying? But she said, "Did I lie?" Like that's what she said. Did I lie? So like, yeah, it's interesting, y'all. Child, it's interesting and a whole lot going on. A whole lot going on, but a little bit at the same time. But that's the news, y'all, today. I got about an hour. I'll be on here for about an hour longer. So shout out to that. Hold on. Just to give everybody a recap of everything we was talking about. Well, you see, um, what I talk about today? I talked about Coily Ray and her baby daddy issues with Trippy because Trippy didn't went to jail, child. Trippy went to jail on the 4th of July. No word is he out yet. Let me see. Let me see if Trippy they got out of jail. So I talked about Coily Ray and her baby daddy issues and her spinning the block and how your girl Shay Renee don't basically I basically don't agree with spinning the block. I don't. No, not for the most part. I'm not saying that people can't do it and make music, but for the most part, I don't recommend it, right? So anyway, I talked about that. Shout out to Coyle Rado. Just getting the swing of things. She's a mother now, and then we also talked about Krishan and Tia Kemp. They're them and their fan base is going head to head. Who's winning? Who's winning? And if you ask me, it's Krishan Rock because Tia Kemp she's older. It is what it is. Like you want older people to know better and do better. So that's that. And then she got you looking like you crying online about getting your page taken down. Lord, if you just leave her alone, you see, all you gotta do is just leave her alone. But I understand where Tia coming from too. Tia feel like she gonna talk about what she want to talk about. And I take it a step further too. I realize what Tia be doing now. Yeah, shout out to that. And I just finally, because at first I didn't know. It just seemed like she just be talking, giving her opinion and going in sometimes. But now I'm starting to realize like, no, it seemed like she be kind of like chastising people. You know what I'm saying? So like whatever the internet might be upset with you about, Tia gonna come talk get at you about. So yeah. All right. So yeah. And so that was that. And then I also talked about Cardi B. Cardi B allegedly breaking up with Stephon Diggs. Well, people think she broke up with Stephon Diggs because she cleared everything from him, all her pictures, everything, from her Instagram. And I said, we don't know what that is. Because some people feel like she going through a divorce, they could be court related. And I'm like leaning more towards that. You see? Excuse me, because I think Cardi B is still having a funky good time with Stefan Diggs. And I take it a step further. I also think that she might, stretch it out. You see, just to make Offset mad and like to not prove him wrong. Because Offset just sitting around waiting on the wedding at this point. As he should. I mean, it just is what it is. He like, what I'm saying? I mean, listen, at the end of the day, I feel like, listen, like he want to see a man give Cardi B what I did. Like, do what I did. You know what I'm saying? Until you could get somebody, like he said on his song, you're going to have to mess with 10 more dudes to get over me. You see? So it's like, yeah, let me see the next ninja do everything I did. Let me see him buy you a house. Let me see him buy you this. Let me see him do this. Let me see him do that. But most importantly, let me see this ninja walk you down the aisle. You see? And like, I ain't mad at it. You see? I just ain't mad at it. So anyway, we talked about that. I don't think that Cardi is done with Stefan. I don't think Cardi done with Stefan. I think something going on. Maybe the court stuff, you know. Maybe the court stuff, or maybe it was just a little argument or something like that. I also think that Cardi B is a marketing genius. Okay, so you never know. If you ask me, she just getting her Jim Jones on. Okay. So shout out to her. Shout out to that. And then Nicki Minaj. I talked about Nicki Minaj having to eat a slice of humble pie and just realize that, like, you know, you that girl, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, now people ain't choosing you over, you know, like their livelihoods or their childhood clique, or you know what I'm saying? Like Foxy Brown said, no. No. You see, Frosty Brown said no. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, Pam. So she got the boot, her and Foxy ain't as cool as they used to be. Um, Now, anyway, so now I'm giving an update on Trippie Redd, child. And Double XL reports that on the 3rd, Trippie Redd was leaving out of the country in Miami. And was stopped by the sheriffs due to a warrant he had. Okay, and according to them, he had an invalid driver license. That's what the warrant was for. Okay, for him having an invalid driver license, so child, he had to drop everything he was doing, everything he was about to do. You see, and go to jail. He just had to go to jail, but he was released on $150 bond. Um, and they saying that they saying Trippie Redd wrote, ever since he got out, he has commented, okay, on a post about DJ Academics had made a post about Trippie Redd getting locked up, and he posted, he replied to it. He basically said he was going to pick up 600K, 2 shows. Shaking my head. That's little though, and my bond was 150. Laughing my a off. But the Channel 6 News played my song, so I made 750 out there, he wrote. Um, okay, he was scheduled to go do a festival. So he out. So shout out to that. No word. No word if Trippy Red has seen his daughter yet, though. I want to know if he's seen his daughter yet. They said the daughter name is Mayoko. Mayoko? Miyoko. Miyoko. Maybe Miyoko. Mayoko? Mayoko or Miyoko? Either way, it's cute. It's both cute. Um, Let me see something. It's sad how, like, I can't explain it. I just feel like, it's sad how, like, how can I put it? Like, I liked Trippy Red. I like Trippy Red. I like Trippy Red because I feel like he quiet, he out of the way, he obviously about his money. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I just liked him because he seemed quiet. He don't bother nobody. He like to just chill, be to himself. You know what I'm saying? I like that. But but I said all that to say it's funny how now, you know what I'm saying, he didn't make this baby with Quarter. Right now I feel some type of way about Trippy a little bit. So it's funny how, like, you can like people, but then they can do something that, like, you know what I'm saying, or they can bring somebody into their life that, like, you know what I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, I think a lot of people don't have no issue with Trippy at all. And let me restate that. I think a lot of people who had no issues with Trippy at all, couldn't say one bad thing about him, now have a lot of bad things to say about him simply because he's tied to Coila right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's crazy. But anyway, Trippy real name is Michael White. So I guess the baby name is Miyoko or Mayoko White. If he even, you know, um signed the birth certificate. And I take it a step further. I wonder if Trippie Redd seen his baby. I sure hope so. I hope he's seen the baby. I also hope that Benzino has seen that baby too. Coy. So anyway, y'all. That's that. And then what else is going on? Okay. Y'all know I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere to get the tea. I gotta start making my notes. I need to start making my notes. But then anyway, speaking about Krishan Rock, though, Krishan Rock has been in the press a lot. Shout out to her, shout out to that though. Krishan getting her a real coin. It's so crazy how everything goes though. Because y'all know that Krishan was supposed to be with Twitch, right? First of all, y'all know a clip just went viral just recently, right? Of Krishan and, well, okay. Krishan was sitting in the car talking to Blueface. Or she was outside talking to Blueface. She was somewhat talking to Blueface, right? And people were kind of like snickering and whispering, like, she put her baby in the car, she outside talking. She put her baby in the car like they was about to leave, but now he just in the car, making noises and crying a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And she just on the phone running her mouth. Child, so that went viral. And Krishan was allegedly with Twitch, okay, when she was doing that. Matter of fact, they said that the, like, those was Twitch, you know what I'm saying, employees, like Twitch people that was laughing and stuff like that. And I kind of believe it. It just is what it is. I believe it. Because I believe Twitch was like, what the hell? What the hell? Like, you supposed to be working and you on a jailhouse phone call and ain't nobody watching the baby. You see, it just is what it is. But like, so that went viral. And then right after that, Krishan made an announcement that she gonna be working with another streaming company. I say, go ahead, Krishan. You see, just go ahead. In other words, you know what I'm saying? Like, she might have blew her chances with Twitch, but then she got something else going on. You know what I'm saying? That's what I got from it. Matter of fact, I think she said kick. I don't know. Don't ask me. But I think, you know what I'm saying? That's what she said. She's going to be streaming with. I said, okay, go ahead. You know, get your coin. Get your coin. Get your coin. Get your coin. This is my thing about Krishan. I want Krishan to, like, just get way more serious. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Just more serious. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Just, like, laser focus. You know? Because I just feel like, you know, opportunities knock and they don't always keep knocking. And, you know, I don't know, I can't explain it, you know, but when you root for people or not necessarily even root for people, um, I don't know. It's just like in Krishan's situation, right? I don't want to see her go from nothing to something and then back to nothing financially. You know what I'm saying? Um, it just is what it is, you know? Like, she was presented with an opportunity. I want to see her max it out. You know, max it out. And then, like Beyonce said, her and her baby live a good life. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Like, nobody wants to see Krishan uh 20 years from now or 30 years from now. You know what I'm saying? At a Popeyes. At being the manager at Popeyes. You know, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's crazy. That's wild. But you know, it does happen. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it happens. That's the truth. You know, the entertainment industry can be a very, 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 very tricky place. But I will say this though. I think a lot of people who come from the entertainment industry, they ultimately, I think when they're not in the limelight no more, a lot of them live sad lives, very sad lives or lifestyles. You know, ultimately, I think it's almost like they just gotta go off the grid. You know what I'm saying? I think they just ultimately have to go off the grid because, um, it's almost like, what? Like, what are you doing here? You know, I think that then they always have to like over explain, you know, why their life is back to, you know, normal. You know what I'm saying? Um, but it's crazy though. I think the older you get, the more you realize that, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like when you're young, you like, oh my God, like you used to be on movies. I used to see you on TV. Like, how are you broke? Like, how are you like not rich? You know what I'm saying? And doing better. But it's like now as you older, it's like, oh, okay. You know, um, then you have more understanding behind it. It's like, okay, maybe he didn't do that good. Maybe he didn't do that good with his money. Maybe he wasn't paid that much. You know what I'm saying? Because remind you, Big Worm said he was paid $5,000 for Friday. You know, but somebody, an outsider looking in, we like, you was in a movie. You should be straight. You know what I'm saying? But like now we know, it take you to get older and realize the way things work that it don't always go like that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no different than thinking somebody that signed a record deal about to blow up. No. You know, uh when you a kid, you think, oh my God, a record deal, you about to blow up. When you older, you have more understanding. It's like, okay, this could go either way. Like you know what I'm saying? Like a record deal doesn't automatically mean a star, you know, or generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? Like people be having to hold it down. Okay. So anyway, yeah, just story time on that, okay? Christian Rock getting to this bag, it is what it is. Christian Rock is out here getting to her bag. But I did talk about her earlier, y'all. If y'all want to go back, okay? Replay gang, y'all get in the building. If y'all decide to go back, shout out to that. Y'all can go all the way back and see what I think about Christian. You know what I'm saying? I think I think Christian is young. You know, I think she's uneducated, okay, on a lot of things, right? Uh money just don't make you smart. It is what it is. Um and I also think that like sometimes um people can give you advice, but you gotta figure it out on your own. Right? So it ain't no different than when Blueface was asking her, like, who gonna keep the baby? Like, who gonna keep the baby? You know what I'm saying? Like, he couldn't convince her that it was gonna be a challenge. He couldn't convince her that like she couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, like sometimes you have to let people learn for themselves. I mean, it just is what it is. Learn for themselves, for themselves. That's basically what Krishan had to do. You know, um, ultimately, y'all, ultimately, um, she just having to figure it out. You know, and the truth be told, I feel like she gonna me personally. I feel like she gonna be just fine as long as she tighten up. She just gotta tighten up. It is what it is. She just gotta tighten up. She gotta realize that like um my life isn't over because I'm a mother, but I don't necessarily have as much playtime as my friends who don't have kids do. You see, or my people who have babysitters do. See, because that's another thing. Krishan, I feel like Krishan is dealing with a lot. You know, I feel like she dealing with a lot. I feel like she dealing with so much. You know, I can only imagine. I can only imagine. You know, I don't like leaving my kids with nobody. So here I am trying to take them everywhere. You see, which just ultimately gets really, really hard sometimes, And every now and then I just run into that one time where I cannot do it without no help. You know what I'm saying? Um, and same thing with Krishan. You know, I feel like Krishan doesn't have a lot of people that she can trust around her. You know, uh, and she needs that. It just is what it is. She needs that. So like she don't got nobody she can trust, so she gotta take the baby everywhere with her, you know. Um, but ultimately, I think she just needs to tighten up. You know, it just is what it is. Just tighten up on everything. On everything. And I feel like, you know, people will leave her alone. Truth be told, it just is what it is. They just like, they just want to see her being a mother. You know, it is what it is. Ultimately, they just want to see you, being a mother, Christian. Um, you know, and tightening up. And like, listen, you don't have to show your baby to show that you being a mother to him. You don't. You don't. You just gotta tighten up. You see, like, be more stable. Get him a stable place. Get him uh get yourself some stable a village. You know what I'm saying? A village. You know, get you some stable people in your life too. People that you know down for you, down for your baby. You see, people that you know you can trust with him. Cause you ain't gonna be able to take him everywhere. You see, she been going viral lately. It just is what it is. She been going viral. But y'all hold on. Cause I need to like freshen up my lipstick. Shout out to that. I'm gonna do that. I need to freshen up my lipstick, child. I need to put my soda in the fridge. What else I'm gonna do? Charge up my stuff. So y'all hold on. Y'all hold on. And if you gotta come back, come back. You know I ain't stressing about that. It is what it is. Shout out to that. What I tell y'all I was about to do? Oh yeah, hold on, hold on. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Child, I cannot believe. Oh my God. These folks are so money hungry. The world is so money hungry. I promise y'all, just like I told y'all one time I was looking at something. I think it was making a band, and Diddy was like, people just do anything for money. That's crazy he said that because he didn't tell no lies. He did it. He didn't tell no lies. He said people do anything for money. And they do. And it's kind of sad to see. It is. Ain't no kind of to it. It's sad to see. Because that stuff that man doing right now finna sue him and Cassie. That man is crazy as hell. He is crazy. I ain't mad at him for getting his coin though, but he crazy as hell. And I'm like, oh my God. So the Tasha K checks. Remind you, Tasha K say she don't even be paying people, so I don't know what he was doing anyway. But anyway, the checks then dried up. I wish these people quit texting me. I do not have that car no more. I don't got that car no more. What the hell? Say, what the hell? They be being annoying. Business. Ah! Shit. My bad, y'all. Businesses get your number and be being annoying as hell. Ugh, sorry, y'all. I don't know how I'm gonna keep my stuff up here because it's acting like it wanna fall. Now, hold on. Say, what the hell? What the hell, eh? My stuff sitting sideways in a day. Hey, hey. Like Beyonce said, ha! You see? Hold on, y'all, because, y'all seeing all kinds of stuff in my stuff that y'all normally wouldn't see like that. So, yeah, shout out to that. I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that. Ah, my stuff acting stupid. What the hell? What the hell, Berry? What the hell, Burden? Mm-hmm. I said, mm-hmm. Say, yeah. All right. Hold on, y'all. I said, listen, if I'm going to be a streamer, then I'm going to have to be able to move around, y'all. I can't sit here 24/7. Shit. I ain't going to be able to do that. I got to be able to move around sometimes. It is what it is. Maybe. I don't know. I'll figure it out as I go. You see? I guess I'll figure it out as I go, y'all. But YouTube be wanting me here for hours and hours and hours, like Mooney Long said. So, child. I said, child. Here I am, baby. Signed, sealed, delivered. You see? So shout out to that. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. Yes, baby. I said, yes, baby. Child, listen. Hey. You see, child, that's so funny. This thing be like, it's funny. They be like, Excuse me. Child, so I'm like, what's going on in the world then? Let me see. Yes, but everybody that just got here, y'all let me know what y'all think about what I said. Period. I know I got a lot of new subscribers. Thanks to Diddy. Shout out to Diddy. Shout out to Diddy. Shout out to Diddy. Shout out to Diddy who beat the feds. I said he just a bad boy. I said he just a bad boy. Child, this man that beat the feds. I said he beat the feds. Let me see real quick. Ain't much of nothing going on. Let me see. Y'all want to talk about Armand Wiggins real quick? Shout out to Armand Wiggins. That's my boy. Okay, I like Armand. It just is what it is. I like Armand. So Armand, y'all, is getting flack. Hold on. So Armand, y'all, hold on. Hold on. Cause y'all know, like, I don't play like that. I don't, See, like, one thing we gonna do is we gonna, like, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have our privacy now. It just is what it is. You see? Yeah. So shout out to that. We're gonna have our privacy. Okay. But anyway, so Armand Wiggins though, y'all. Shout out to Armand for his coverage on the P. Diddy trial. It was good. It was good as heck, okay? It just is what it is. Like I had sources. It is what it is. But Armand is the first person I saw that, I felt like, oh my God, okay, we got some boots on the ground. Mm. So shout out to that. Hold on. Child. Oh, I forgot what I was thinking about. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking about. So anyway, child. So Armand, y'all, he I'm all crazy. He turned up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? A little too much. It just is what it is. He turned up a little too much at the courthouse, right? So I feel like somebody thought it was a good idea. I do not think it was Armand. I think it was probably somebody else, but he just went along with it. I don't know though. I don't know because I just it just is what it is. All them folks seem like they was carrying down oil to the courthouse. But anyway, Armand Wiggins called a lot of flack just recently, y'all, for um putting oil on himself. Child, they was basically having a whole party. You see, it just is what it is. They was dancing, and to me, just being silly. It just is what it is. They was being silly in front of the courthouse, okay? But a lot of people felt like a lot of people took that clip and called him a Diddy supporter. And he was pissed. He was pissed. You know what I'm saying? Because Armand is not a Diddy supporter. You know what I'm saying? He was actually like just being neutral, throughout the whole trial. So for him to see that, you know what I'm saying? He was upset. Of course, it upset him. Let me see if I can find his statement that he put out. Because he said it's just a learning lesson. That's all he can do. He can take it as a learning lesson. And I say, I agree with that. Armand is new media. I agree with him when he say that too. He's new. You know what I'm saying? Like, remind you, no training, no schooling. Not saying he didn't go to school, but I just feel like he didn't go to school for journalism or nothing like that, right? And like he getting in these spaces and these places. And so I think a lot of people were disappointed in him. And so for that, he ended up apologizing. Um, he said he's learning. This is the statement he put out. He said, yesterday, a clip of me outside the courthouse went viral and was taken out of context, which I agree. I kind of agree with him on that. Because like I said, they said that Diddy supporters were celebrating, and that's not what that was. Armand isn't a Diddy supporter, and he was not celebrating the verdict. Now I will say this though. I will say this. Armand's commentary, okay, right, on the case was very funny. Extremely funny. You know what I'm saying? Extremely funny. He did his thing. He did his thing. But the truth of the matter is, if someone was to ask me my opinion, that is the only critique that I would have from Armand. I would say that um because it's such a sensitive topic, I wouldn't have made a joke of the baby oil with the baby oil. Everything else, it just is what it is. Everything else, I was here for, you know. But I feel like because he was doing the baby oil thing on his own platform with his own audience, I think that's how it got out of hand that day and made it to New York, the courthouse, the internet streets. You see, like I just, you know, if I was him, I wouldn't have never did the oil thing anyway. The more oil, like he, you know, like he called his when people would donate to his channel, he was calling it like the more oil fund, you know? Like that's it. That's the only critique that I have for him. I wouldn't have necessarily did that, but that's it. He said what started as a lighthearted moment, part of a long running joke with my audience, was misinterpreted as a support for Sean Diddy Combs, and that was never my intention. For the past 60 days, I worked hard to cover this case with honesty and objectivity. That moment was about sharing a bit of levity with the community that's been on this journey with me. Nothing more. Still, I fully understand how the timing and the optics may have felt hurtful, especially to survivors of abuse. I sincerely apologize for anyone who was impacted or disappointed. This has been a reminder to move with greater care, and I remain committed to doing this work with integrity and heart. You know, so shout out to Armand, though. Shout out to Armand, who I feel like is learning, like he said. You know, I feel like he's learning as he go. Um, you know, I feel like his success wasn't overnight. It wasn't overnight. I feel like it's something that he's been working on, working towards for a while now. But at the same time, I feel like he was kind of thrown into it. You know, like I feel like the phone just started ringing overnight, almost, you know? And so I feel like he learning. So anyway, shout out to him. Uh who Armand, you did your big one. You did. It's just listen. No ass ifs or buts about it. You see, you did your big one for this trial. So yeah. More more to come. You know, I'm tuned in. All right, just is what it is. I'm tuned in. You got my attention. So anyway, shout out to him. Now, as far as Diddy goes, y'all know like the listen, I'm like, I don't care what you want to put it on. You see, the I can't even get it out, y'all. The lawsuits. There it is. Shit. The lawsuits for Diddy just gonna keep coming. I feel like they gonna keep coming, keep going, keep coming, keep trickling down. And child, I take it a step further. Now they after Cassie. And that's not funny, but it is what it is. Word on the curb. Word on the curb is this male entertainer is suing Diddy and Cassie. I said, ooh, eek, you know. But I don't think he'll be the last one. Shoot, I don't. It's crazy. Now this is my thing though. Well, I was gonna say, why what took you so long? What took you so long? But I'm like, okay, well maybe he felt like Cassie didn't have no money. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I just think that ultimately that might be an issue, but I don't know. I don't, because that limitations, the statue, and all of that, like it's something going on right now. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find this lawsuit. This is crazy. This man is crazy. Like he just, oh, he seems so money hungry, y'all. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? I thought Tasha K didn't pay. I thought Tasha K didn't pay. So if Tasha K don't pay, what is he? Why was he sitting over there telling all his business to Tasha K? I know one thing, they lawyers better be paying attention to all that, because I'm telling you right now, he was just all over the place in his story. Like for instance, um he went from saying that I could barely finish. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time I could barely finish because it wasn't all that. You see, that's what he said. He went from saying that to she had my baby. She told me she got rid of my baby. She think it was she almost positive it was mine. Which I will say this though. I will say this. It did come up in court. It did come up in court that Diddy and Cassie was texting about something. And she was saying like she gotta take a test. And they was also talking about how they gotta be more careful. We gotta be more careful next time or something like that. So I don't know. You see, I don't know. I'll just say that like my common sense tells me that they probably had a couple of slip ups. My common sense tells me that Cassie probably got pregnant by Diddy and others during that time. So I feel like, the man might be on to something. But the man name is Clayton Howard. And he didn't say a whole lot, a whole lot, a whole lot of. Um, but again, it's wild. It's he's saying that she got rid of the baby without his consent. He said she gave him a STD. Which he think, and see, I feel like in this situation, it's just like, boy, bye. You see, like, go ahead. I see you in court. You know what I'm saying? I just see you in court. Cause how do he know he got it from Cassie? How do he know he got it from Cassie? And I take it a step further. Remember I was just telling y'all just recently that a woman that sued Diddy and won, by the way. Two people that sued Diddy and won said Diddy harasses them. You know what I'm saying? So like allegedly. But in other words, you're not gonna get that money and just live scot-free. Like now, they gonna be calling you and bothering you and doing all kinds of stuff to make your life a living hell. I seen two people say that, okay? With that being said, I wouldn't be surprised. I like with that being said, like I wouldn't be surprised if it was Diddy's team pushing. You see, pushing for this type of harassment. It just is what it is. I would not be surprised because they saying he trying to be compensated. Now, I will say this though, like, well, he gonna need his doctor records and all kinds of stuff. I'm assuming at first I'm like, how do you prove that Cassie gave you an STD? But Jonathan Adi was able to prove that he contracted something while being around them. So you just never know. You see, you never know. But I will say this too, though. I don't think Jonathan Adi. I don't think he waited so long. But we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You know, we don't know the time frame between when he was messing with Diddy and Cassie them to when he sued them for giving them an STD, right? But I will say this. He did say he sued them for that. He did say he won for that, okay? And he also said he has been harassed, you see, which I believe, okay? So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Diddy and his team. Um, I would not be surprised if Diddy and his team had something to do with this man now claiming this male entertainer now coming out claiming that he gonna sue Cassie. I just wouldn't be surprised at all. At all. For real. In my hearts of our hearts, I just like to me it just got Diddy. It got his attorneys written all over it, if you ask me. But I could be wrong though. I could be wrong because like the man is suing Diddy too. But ultimately, I think I think they put him on. They put him on to Cassie, which ultimately, uh, I just feel like if he wins anything, he probably gonna win against Cassie, not Diddy. You know, because Diddy wasn't intimate with him. Cassie was. So you got a STD. Let's say she gave it to you allegedly. That sounds like something that she might have to pay him for. Then you talk about the baby. She aborted the baby allegedly without your consent. I don't know if you can sue for that. But again, Cassie, you know what I'm saying? Like it just seemed like Diddy might be off the hook on this one. I could be wrong though, because they were together. You know what I'm saying? They was making these decisions to hire this man and be with this man together, ultimately. But child, we're gonna have to see what's gonna end up happening because um if you ask him, he met Cassie, got with Cassie in 2009, and like, yeah, they was, it is what it is, They did a little bit more than sitting in a tree. For 5 years, okay? You see, for 5 years straight. So, and no, he wasn't at the trial. Child, we all trying to figure out why he wasn't at the trial, but he wasn't. He wasn't at the trial. This is the thing. If they would have called every worker that went to that trial, child, we'll still be there. You see, we'll still be there. It was just too many. It was just too many. And I take it a step further. The ones Cassie was with, they just seem to have gotten a little better with Jane, okay? During Jane's time, I would say. It just is what it is. Now hold on. Yeah, nah, I forgot. There was one that Armand Wiggins, what's the call Child, they've been coming out the woodworks. These people is coming out the woo-ha. I was reading yesterday a post that this lawyer had put up, and he was claiming that like three different men have contacted him to sue Cassie. You know, so that's crazy. I'm like, ugh, but I mean, I'm not gonna say my common sense. I will just say, like, a part of me is wondering, like if it's like let the harassment begin. You see, cause Diddy ain't, according to his victims, people that have sued him in the past and won, like that man do not just let you go and live your life. Like you're gonna be harassed. Um, so I'm like, as far as Cassie goes, child, let the harassment begin. Oh yeah, let it begin, because you could tell, like, a lot of things that was protecting her before the trial are no longer in place no more. You see, it just is what it is. It ain't no longer in place no more. You can tell. You got so many people coming after her, you know. Um, I mean, and they wasn't saying that at first. They was not saying this type of stuff at first. You got a lot of people that are supporting Diddy now. Now, hold on one second, because I had seen some news about Stephon Diggs. Hold on, because we're going to talk Diddy a little more in the morning. You know, we might or we might not, because I kind of basically told y'all what I wanted to tell y'all about Diddy. Yeah, just that. The fact that, the lawsuits pick right back up where they left off. Hold on, because I seen somewhere I had saw somebody that said that Stephon Diggs was being sued too, but I don't see. Hold on, I'm gonna find out. I gotta see if that's true, because the person that said that they not. I don't know this person like that, so I don't know how true it is. And I think that, like, they was on some clickbait stuff almost. See, it says he not. So I think they on that old stuff. That old stuff. Y'all know that old stuff where that man was basically accusing Stephon of um trying to do something. He said he was trying to do something. He felt like he was trying to do inappropriate. But, like, yeah, that's So anyway, yes, y'all. What else is going on the internet streets? Let's see. Uh Cardi B. Is Cardi B pregnant? Child, is she pregnant? Or do she just know how to get the buzz going? I don't know. Child, I don't know. Because, like, listen, if you asked me a week ago, I was like, yeah, she pregnant. And she embarrassed. So she trying to hide it. But, like, I don't know, y'all. I can't say that no more. I don't know. Because I done had little time to think about it, and I'm like, okay, well, she could be trolling. But I said that already. She could be trolling, but now I'm more like, okay, well, maybe she just covered up and trolling. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all gonna think I'm pregnant. I know y'all gonna be running with the pregnancy rumor. So let me just. Mm-hmm. But. And then Offset had a little laugh at it, but he had to end up checking the blogs. Um, Offset, you gotta cool it though. You gotta cool it, cause, like, people gonna think, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. He talking about hello. He went out talking about hello. It was funny though. It was funny. Um, I think it was funny, but Offset had to check the blogs, cause he said, like, he wasn't talking about Cardi B. He hopped online, kind of, just he went live. He kind of was, seemed like he was in a good mood, and you know, and all of that, all of that, all of that. He didn't say nothing but hello, child, hello, and then what else he say? I forgot what he said, but he was kind of jumping fly, and I do think he was talking about Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? But it's possible that he wasn't. You see, so like he just checked the blouse off the rip because he was like, "Don't listen. Every time something going on with Cardi B and that ninja, don't always think I'm talking about it because I don't care like that." You know, that's what he basically said, which I get and I understand. Like, I can't lie. I think the internet is kind of. I just think they annoying a little bit when they be like, such and such is punching the air and such and such. Well, if y'all don't let such and such live, like, dang, like, okay, how long are they gonna punch the air? You know what I'm saying? Like, if they trying to move on, can we let them, or they just gotta punch the air? According to y'all, they just gotta punch the air. For how long? For forever. They gonna punch the air for forever. Like, it don't make a lot of sense. You see, at some point, you know, like at some point, you gotta let people move on. I feel like if Offset ain't online crying or hooping and hollering, let them make it. You see, just let them make it. Uh, Matter of fact, what's today? Oh my God, y'all, Diddy got a hearing tomorrow. Dang, that's crazy. I told y'all. Ooh, that money. You see? Baby, that money talking up in there. He got a hearing already. Tomorrow at 2 o'clock. So shout out to that. I'll be here. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be in the building. He sure do. He got a hearing tomorrow. The judge is gonna see if he can get his sentencing expedited, which I feel like they're gonna allow him to. I mean, what would be the reasoning that he can't? Cause he too busy. Supposed to be sentenced in October. It's gonna be interesting to see how fast the courts can speed that up for him. But what they say about Elon Musk, he's suing his platform. Child, Elon Musk and Trump going back and forth over this Jeffrey Einstein stuff. They talking about, y'all know I don't talk about Elon that much either. Um, I might have to check that out. They said Diddy's lawyer was on a podcast. Um, Tenny, Tenny Garagos. Child. Speaking of the Garagos, is though one of Diddy's victims, one of the people who sued Diddy, said that I told y'all that. My poop stars know I told them that already. That Mark is a dirty mother effer. Yeah, a dirty mother effer like Melvin. According to one of Diddy's victims who sued him. hmm according to the victim, Mark, it ain't nothing Mark want to do for Diddy. Yeah, he lie, steal, cheat, allegedly. Um, and I think they was basically saying Mark is one of the ones who like know how to make your life a living hell. You know what I'm saying? Um, which I believe. I believe it. You know what I'm saying? I believe it. For real. Because attorneys just tend to be a little bit more educated on certain stuff. So like it ain't to me it ain't no different than um that young man that says that Jay-Z is his dad. Well, remember his grandmother has been helping him to fight to prove to get a DNA test to see if Jay-Z is his daddy, right? Because his mother passed away. His mother passed away when he was young. His mother been passed. So all he got is his grandma. Grandma been doing her thing trying to help her grandson figure out if Jay-Z is his daddy or not. Uh and of course, we all know the young man ain't got nothing, really. He ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? And grandma really ain't got much either, but you know. You know what I'm saying? She's an older woman, so whatever, whatever. But anyway, long story short, like somebody did something. I can't remember exactly, but the grandma said somebody did something sneakily. Like something really, really bad. Let me see. Let me see if I can find that story. Something to do with her house. Something to do with her house. You know, some type of something to do with her house. So, like, yeah, imagine that. You know, like, just crazy, y'all. Like, people with money, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have ways to make your life a living hell. It just is what it is. Hold on. Yeah, she said Jay-Z did something. Hold on. Um, yeah. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's something about some paperwork to her house. You see? But like, come on. Come on. You know? Like that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, why are you even in my business to that point? You know? But at the same time, like, you know that my grandson is, you know, I'm all he has. So, you know that, you know, you know that like he's been pursuing you in court. You know what I'm saying? So it's not free. It's not free to pursue you. You know I'm helping him. In other words. So in other words, he's trying to apply pressure on the grandma. You see? Um, and that's crazy. You know, that's crazy. But let me see if I can find let me see if I can find a story on that. Because yeah, you know the grandma she spoke about it. Um and remind you this is draining these people pockets. Draining these people pockets. Um for everybody that don't know about the case though, Jay-Z has there's a young man, okay, that believes Jay-Z is his dad. And he been trying to get Jay-Z to take a paternity test for years. Because remind you, the young man's mother told him that Jay-Z was his daddy. Okay. That's what the little boy says. The little boy said his mother told him that Jay-Z was his daddy. Um, hold on. Hold on, Doctor. Uh, uh, hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. Hold on. At the same time, okay, hold on. Let me read something real quick. In a published statement, hold on. At the same time, Satterwhite's former legal guardian issued a statement of her own explaining that Carter's statement defending himself against the accusations were deeply unsettling. Dr. Coley, that's her name, shared in part as the former legal guardian of my godson, Ramirez Satterwhite. I have firsthand experience navigating years of allegations of fraud and misconduct in cases involving Mr. Carter and his legal team. She defended the boy's mother. She said her story deserves to be heard and her name must not be forgotten. Let's remember Wanda. Hold on. He did something though. He did something. I'm gonna have to figure out what it is, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Lawsuit requesting that the court documents be unsealed. He also is asking the court to issue a declaratory judgment to confirm that both his rights and the rights of his mom were violated. Compensation. At the end of the day, though, if they find out that that's Jay-Z's son, ooh, won't he do it? Jay-Z gonna have to break that little boy out. Okay. Um, I mean, you know, if the courts can force it, if the courts can force it, which I know they can, but y'all know how it go. You know what I'm saying? Look at Cardi B. Cardi B still ain't got her money like that from Tasha K. I mean, it just is what it is. Those lawsuits and the winnings and stuff like that be tricky. Like some people, like remember that one lady that sued the brat and won for all that money and da 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 da. I wonder how that lady living today. You see, I bet you she ain't riding around in no Maybach or nothing like that. And that's not to say, but that's just to say. You see, you just be wondering. Hold on. Um, Let me see, y'all. In the lawsuit, his rights were violated under fraudulent court actions, arguing that sealed records, wrongful sanctions, and obstruction of their legal proceedings have prevented him from receiving DNA results. Like, what is sealed? Like, why would they seal anything? He also argues that the legal resources at Carter's disposal allow him to fraudulently avoid a paternity test. Like it's crazy, y'all. They've been trying to uh, get this test, and I'm just trying to see. Hold on, I'm trying to see. Like it don't tell me what he did, but he been doing a lot of stuff allegedly. Okay, to like bob and weave, taking this paternity test. Now I wonder how old Jay-Z was. Now I know they saying out the rip. They are saying that that the mama was young. Okay. They saying the mama was young. So I'm wondering how old was Jay-Z. You know, I wonder how old was Jay-Z. Um, hmm That's what I want to know. How old was Jay-Z? Because the mama, okay, she was young. I believe she was 16. I guess 15 when she got pregnant, 16 when she had her baby, you know? So like they try to say Jay-Z was a grown man messing with a young girl, got a young girl pregnant. Um, you know, and if that's true, then they saying that's why, you know, he ducking and dodging. What, hold on. He okay, see, they said in his lawsuit, he named several individuals, multiple judges, and others misrepresented property ownership and allowed false claims from Jay-Z. That's crazy. So in other words, the little boy is saying that he been getting the court system to help him. You see? Uh he said he believes that their actions were fraudulent and violated his rights, as well as the rights of his mother and his guardian. That's what I was telling y'all. Uh, he said they were wrongfully sanctioned for violating a non-existent gag order. You see, so child, he ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? It's just he don't have the money. You see, he going up against some powerful, powerful people. But at the end of the day, like according to him, people been helping Jay Z avoid him illegally though. And see, hold on, let me go back to that. It said, hold on, hold on. Property ownership. Told you. Something about some ownership. I told y'all. Some property ownership. I told y'all. Something. He said, in the filing, the 31-year-old claimed that multiple judges, including Deborah Silverman Katz and Charles Z. Dorch Jr., you see, he ain't playing, uh, and others misrepresented property ownership and allowed false claims from Jay-Z. Something about his grandma, her property, something. You see, they came from up under her and did something illegal or something that caused her like hardship. You know, they've been fighting dirty to beat these people, and the sad part is they ain't even got no money like that. This boy ain't got no money like that. You know what I'm saying? But Jay-Z don't want him to have nothing, seemingly nothing to to like in other words, he can't beat him fair and square. So he gotta be dirty. He gotta be dirty. Um Shoot, I done told y'all too. I done told y'all before. Like I was watching this show one time where this doctor was trying to beat a DNA test. Child, it was sad. It was so sad to see. Uh, I got it. In the filing, he claimed that it was only fair that the alleged victim does not pursue the case anonymously. He is only being sued because he refused to be extorted. Yeah, try anyway. Which I heard, we got to talk about this again too, y'all, because I also heard that, like, I don't know how true it is, y'all. I don't know how true it is, but they're saying that, like, now a judge is making Jay-Z take a DNA test for this boy. So I hope so. I hope so, child. Because I think this boy been pursuing Jay-Z since he was 13 and he 31 now. And they said he's asking Jay-Z to step forward with transparency. But anyway, like I was trying to tell y'all, because I got to get out of here now. Remember, I told y'all I was going to be here until 12:30. Let me tell y'all, I saw a doctor one time, right? He had allegedly rhymes with great somebody. So they needed his DNA. This man, he didn't want to give them, like he wanted to trick the system. He wanted to beat the system, right? Or he was gonna go to jail. He knew that. So let me tell y'all what this doctor did, y'all. He cut open his arm. You see? Yeah, Miss Preston Curl was for real. Child, he didn't cut open his arm, put a patch in it of fake blood, and you see? Yeah. Went up in there something, so yeah, you see, take it from here. Right here, this side. Yeah, this is my good side. And I ultimately I think how they ended up finding out is it was it cold? It was something. It was something to it, but they ended up finding out that, like, he was trying to pull a wham bam, thank you, ma'am. If I remember right, it almost seemed like something didn't go right, so they made him come back, and child, it was a lie. Okay, but long story short, that's when I realized that people will go to the extreme to, like, be on top. You see, like Tyra Banks said, like, you know. So, my thing is, hopefully, you know what I'm saying? If Jay-Z is really, really ordered to take a paternity test, I hope he really take it and just, like, don't try to fake it. Like, but, like, I don't know. I don't know. Prayers for the young man, because he really, really deserves to know the truth. Just like anybody else. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Jay-Z. It doesn't. He deserves to know the truth. Just like everybody. He do. He deserves to know if that's his daddy or not. It just is what it is. And this is my thing. If Jay-Z takes the test and they say, you are not the father, the sad part is, I think in my hearts of our hearts, that little boy ain't gonna believe that. I just feel like he ain't gonna believe it. I take it a step further. Like, it's this situation is so sensitive, I would say, right? For him. That it's almost like he deserves to be there. It just is what it is. He deserves to be there. He deserves to see his dad. He deserves to see Jay-Z get his mouth swabbed. He deserves to see Jay-Z get his blood drawn. He deserves to be there. Like, even I wouldn't care if he got to be behind a glass wall. Like a glass, like. And I know I'm being dramatic, but it is what it is. That's the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth. Because at the end of the day, I feel like if it was to come back not the dad, that boy ain't gonna believe that probably. Like, I just feel like in his heart, he gonna always wonder if if Jay-Z did something to beat the test, if that makes sense. It's just like, and I take it a step further, even if he was in the same room, if the results was to come back, he probably ain't gonna believe it. Because this is the thing, man. Jay-Z got all that money. All that money, that power, that fortune and fame. And it just seemed like he can get this to go his way, you know? But I don't know. I don't know, you know, because the truth of the matter is, when you dealing with the courts, right? You pray that he just can't get to the court. He can't get to the court. He can't get to the judge. You know, you pray that it's people that's like, nah, you know, appreciate the offer. Man, it sounds good. You know what I'm saying? You mean to tell me I can be a millionaire and out of poverty tomorrow? But like, ultimately, you know what I'm saying? It's wrong. You know, I'm going to do what's right. Let me keep doing what's right. Let me stay on the right side of God. You see? Like that's what that young man need. Like that's what he need. He needs some people that like no matter what, I'm gonna do my job. You know what I'm saying? Because if he don't have that, then I don't know. Eek. You know, ultimately I don't know. And it's crazy too, because I'll take it a step further. Not just him. If Jay-Z was to take that test and say it's not his kid, we all gonna be wondering if he did something to beat the test. You know? It just is what it is. So, like, ultimately, though, word on the curb is Jay-Z might be really close to being forced to have to take a blood test for that 31-year-old man who claims that Jay-Z is his dad, okay? So it just is what it is. But anyway, poop stars, I gotta get out of here. I had a funky good time with y'all. It is what it is. I'll see y'all on my next video. Don't forget to hit my like button, okay? And subscribe. Bye, y'all.